Good evening, guys. Welcome, everyone, back to Fables. This is our group, the Unbroken Ventures. Good evening, guys.
Hello.
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 Sorry, I was making sure our sound was working, which it is.
Our sound is most definitely working this time.
There's so many faces.
There are a lot of faces, yes. This is good. This is
Mother
good.
Sarah.
Not well,
I guess I could build that on my Twitch too, huh?
maybe you guys have noticed that currently we have one of our members Discording in.
That would be me.
I'd like to welcome Jesse to the table. For those of you who don't know, he just underwent some back surgery.
I don't know my login.
Came out on top, and he was able to join us today. I'm super excited.
I don't remember my login.
I-
That's not good.
I had my spine cut or my back cut open 5 days ago.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah. But they sewed it back together.
Kind of.
They stapled it back together.
Now he's a rag doll.
It's fine. I understand exactly what he's going through at the moment. So, oh, guys. Last time we left off, this group had defeated the Sentinels before the door.
Oh, shut up.
They had
Yeah, you might want to.
forgotten to disable sound on their tablet. It's okay.
Smooth move, X-Lax.
You guys had fortunately been able to open the door. One of y'all's 5 members is, what is that, 3 for 3 now, and just straight up guessing my puzzles?
Yep.
They're that easy apparently for Jesse.
2 for 2?
2 for 2.
2 for 2? Okay, 2 for 2 this campaign.
I know
It's better than just throwing a hammer at it.
Hey, listen, it worked like 85% of the time.
It was necessary like 85% of the time.
It was!
And you guys met
Necessary.
Amphora, the Sphinx, who is the hidden head behind the Seekers Guild.
You spell that name.
Amphora? Amphora.
It's spelled M-Fora. What do you mean?
Amphora.
AM.
It's AM, the number 4.
Yeah?
UH, Amphora.
That was wrong.
After speaking with Amphora, he granted you all his favor, empowering the crystalline tokens you had already received, and provided you a portal through which you saw fading sunset skies beyond a blue firelit forge with 2 figures standing beyond. And that's where we're going to pick up today's session. Woo! As you step forth through the portal,
So
you find...
As
As what? What's up?
I was at the hand before, as Tim was going through the portal, was going to turn around and ask the Sphinx if he remembers Rent.
Amphora... You don't see a smile across his face, but an expression crosses his eyes momentarily. And he leans down and he says, I hold all the memory held within these halls and held within me. As one of my children, Rent is eternal.
Okay, and then he'll like giddily kind of like click his heels and fucking dash to the portal. Right.
Broom, broom, broom. The odd
That's only-
gate of the
It's only
faunus.
2 hooves.
Did you?
Oh, we lost internet.
No, we're good.
Some of you lost internet because my house is a internet death trap.
It is. I'm turning on my hotspot because your net sucks.
I can still hear everything on my end from y'all.
Oh, good.
Well, good.
Good.
Well, that's because
You're plugged in.
I'm wired in. So
Oh yeah, you're doing Ethernet, right?
Yeah.
Good. That's good that we did that.
yeah, it is. So as you guys pass through the portal, you find foot upon cool stone. You find before you the beautiful visage of this blue lit forge against white alabaster stone. A great man stands before it, along with a small but imposing woman. You walk down the path. Gazing around, you see that the path you stand upon is essentially a path that is suspended above a great hold and beyond a massive city. As you are as you approach, the smaller character, a young woman, vibrant hair, clad in full plate armor, smiles and steps forward and says, "Ah, well, welcome. There's so many of you."
What, you expecting less?
Yeah, only 5 of us.
We're used to 2, maybe 3 a year. With the 5 of you, that makes 9 this time round.
9. Oh,
9.
Another
Impressive.
group came through several hours ago. Well,
You aren't the first.
you were not the first, but doesn't mean anything. I am proud to welcome you all to the Dawnspire Hold. It's the great home of the Seekers Guild.
And what was your name?
I am Grandmaster Heartsong.
I bow deeply. Thank you for allowing us this passage, Grandmaster.
Did somebody say song? And then Pan reaches for his
Not that kind of song.
What other song is there?
Well, maybe one day if we ever cross blades, you'll get to hear my heart song. But we'll save that maybe for a few months from now. The biennial gladiation is coming. However, don't worry yourselves about that now. For now, take a breath. You've been through a lot. The trials are not easily undertaken. They change you. They change us.
The air does smell cleaner up here.
It is crisp and it is cool. You notice as you say that you take a deep breath. Here in the evenings, the scent of jasmine hangs in the air. You can also catch subtle hints of meadowsweet. You hear a coming from behind her, and a large Goliath stands behind her, shirtless, 2 great iron bands on his wrists, wearing thick leather leggings, and holding a massive forging hammer in one hand. He steps forward and says, "Excuse me, Grandmaster, but I have work that needs to be done. I need their tokens." She goes, "Oh, of course. I'm sorry, it is late. This is Forge Master Ian." And he dips his head. Ian Brookton.
hello.
And he's like 7.5, nearly 8 feet tall.
So he's a good head above me.
He is up there. And this man is broad-shouldered, tattooed on almost every inch you can see, tribal patterns. The dark black of them says that he's probably had these patterns gone over several times. There's almost no skin tone left where the markings are. He is completely bald and hairless. His eyes are interesting. They are slate gray. He says, well, having accomplished what you have, you should have procured certain tokens alit with favor.
Who are you to us, Forge
The
Master?
egg, I say as I pull it out.
He reaches out and grabs yours. As he looks to you, Dana, he says, I'm the one who's going to take this and provide you what you need to tell your epic tales.
I'm hearing that Pan's gonna like run his up like front and center.
He takes yours and places those two on a table nearby, and they are glowing with that energy from Amphora that he grants. And he looks to the other three of you and says, you're going to provide me with your tokens.
I start like patting myself down, trying to find it before pulling it out of my back pocket and handing it to him.
I'm like, it's a relatively large...
Well, like, I had it like tucked away somewhere. My character's very forgetful.
It's like when you know you forgot your wallet. And you're like,
Oh, there it is. I forgot it.
I forgot that there's this huge
There we
thing in
go.
my pocket.
No, all I'm saying is that probably wouldn't fit in your lady pocket. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, it's just in the back of my pants thing then.
Casey's gonna look at her and sigh and be like, here's mine. And just kind of glare.
Plops the other two down on the table and then looks down to Dana. Well, he holds his hand there, and like his hand is massive, like covering half of this thing, whereas yours is kind of small against the very bottom of it. And he does look down and slightly more gently goes, trust me. And as he takes the egg and sets it on the table, he walks back closer to each of you and just places a hand on your shoulders and looks into your eyes. And there's a little subtle flash across his each time he does.
Well, that's not terrifying at all.
No, Xander. Now my dog is going crazy and thinks he needs attention whenever we're streaming, because he always does.
Of course.
They're adorable.
Why not?
though.
They are adorable.
They said they need to go outside.
They're the stars of our show.
They are.
Say those words.
That's
Oh, no.
that's a bad word. You can't say
Oh.
that word. After that, he walks back up behind his forge. He nods to the Grand Marshal, and you see him take his hammer. You hear him beat a couple more times, and he lifts up what looks to be a beautiful crystalline shield that he's working on, and he slides it on a rack and shoves it back in the forge. And you see him arranging the 5 of each of your eggs onto just a long stone slat that he shoves into the blue fire as well to begin heating. Grand Marshal Valerial says, well, normally I would arrange one of our stewards to show you around the hold, but it's getting a little bit late. And truth is, the party should be starting very soon.
Party.
Yes. There's always a grand welcoming for the new initiates as they make their way through the trials. So, instead of our steward, why don't you walk with me for a moment? I will show you the bunkhouse, take you down to the guild's hall, where you can get a drink, meet some people, and well, there's a few other fun things there. You might even catch on to some rumors or take a look at our quest board. The Hall Keep, Winston, is also the quest keeper. He can tell you anything about certain jobs that have been entrusted to the guild at the moment that you might embark on for your first heroic tales. So what say you? Need a drink after what you've been through?
Yes,
After
very
dealing-
much so.
After dealing with these two idiots, yeah, I absolutely do.
So you had to
I've
hear
never
that.
had
Dana.
alcohol before.
Well, we have some of the finest brews. I would suggest the seasonal plum mead from the Top Foot Brewery. It is Fantastic. And first round's on me. So, as she ushers you all down away from the forge, she takes you first to the bunkhouse and points out where all of your rooms may be. If you would like, you may store certain items into your lockbox, into your footlocker. After a moment, she shows you that the bunkhouse has several washrooms. Each of the rooms has a chamber pot and all the amenities that you'll need to make that a temporary home when you're not on your adventures. As you're walking, she points out certain things. She says, if you were to go around this path, down up underneath the forge is our runesmith. He's a bit of a questionable fellow, but he does marvelous work. Further down, and she walks you through the city, and the city is, for lack of a better term, awe-inspiring. The buildings and the housing structures within the hold are primarily crafted from a timber wood taken from the forest just beyond the foothills. As she explains to you, all the materials used here are locally sourced and are renewable thanks to some of the druidic efforts of the initiates of the guild. Some of the more prominent structures in the heart of the hold are built from enchanted stone, bound and set with crystal-infused mortar. You can actually see it as you're walking by, the sparkling of various colors between the slate stone bricks. Walking these streets, you feel a sense of power emanating from the design, but it's also grants this welcoming sense of refuge. She does tell you that the main purpose of this hold was to act as a ward against the fear and darkness of the ancient times. It was meant to be a spark of hope and of light. Amphora demanded the construction of this hold by Aranis, his original initiate and founder of the Seekers Guild. Eventually, you are led to the guild hall, which is beginning to gather and bustle. The guild master leaves you at the door and she says, well, here's where you can go grab a drink, meet with Winston. I'm sure many of the other initiates are already here and would love to welcome you home. I have to go and get a little bit more prepared for my own illustrious yearly speech. But I will see you all back here very, very shortly.
Okay.
Bye then.
And you guys she heads off, and you guys are left there just outside the two large open doors to the hall.
Well, shall we head in?
Yeah.
Parties.
Something wrong.
No, there were just an awful lot back at home.
Well,
Don't
maybe
worry.
this one will be more fun. You never know.
You can sit next to me if you need.
We can get us a good drink while we're here.
I'm trying to guess.
The hall is bustling, and there are more initiates pouring in. But there's still plenty of room around tables. You do see that on one corner of the hall, there's seems to be a large bar that spans a good third portion of the back wall with several people working behind it. It seems to be the actual bar area. There's a giant board off on the southern end of the hall that's got massive flyers and posters and things hung up on it. You gather that may be the quest board that the Grand Marshal was talking about. Amongst all the patrons inside drinking and enjoying their times, you also see an opposite corner from the so where the bar is, the opposite corner, so off to your right-hand side, is another little station. Seems to be administrative in nature. You do see four other people, an interesting-looking group, currently huddled over, filling out mountains of paperwork, going through brochures, doing all kinds of other stuff. You're not quite sure what. What are we going to do?
I'm gonna go up to the barkeep and ask for sake.
Well, as you walk up to the bar, you're greeted by an older gentleman, but very well put together. He's actually more dressed than what you expect a standard barkeep to be, maybe for the annual party tonight. But he looks and says, "Ah, you're a new face. Ah, I take it you're one of our new initiates then, aren't you?"
One of a few, yes.
Ah, well, welcome to Dawnspire Hold. My name's Winston.
Winston?
I'm the barkeep here. And the quest keeper, but we can talk about more of that tomorrow. It's late tonight, and I know what you've been through. Any of the rest of you approaching the bar as Kinchin's going up? Or did you guys stay behind?
Talk about the pumpkin thing that the lady told me about.
Erdorn would.
Okay. As the rest of you also approach, he goes, I know what all of you have been through. As he acknowledges each of you, those of you who approach, he says, as per usual, I'm assuming the Grand Marshal proclaimed that first round was on her.
Yes, she did.
She did. And since that's the case, I'd like a full bottle of sake, not just a drink.
Her hospitality doesn't stretch quite that far.
How much is a bottle?
We do have, and he pulls out a little satchel from underneath the bar and he says, a little reserve held that some of the other seekers put together throughout the year for the new initiates so that they can drink free on their first night. Granted, there's so few of you, or so many of you this year that, well, we'll see if this goes the distance. So he hands you your bottle and gives the rest of you anything you want to drink. Pan, it's a plum mead that she had told you about.
Pumpkin.
Nope, plum. Plum.
I also thought she said pumpkin. My bad.
Nope, it was plum.
It is plum. It is smooth and sweet and delicious.
Unlike you, that is
he
not.
will just proceed to chug it, not realizing what alcohol does.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
You might not want to do
Nope,
that.
it's too late.
nope, absolutely do it. Do all of it. Keep drinking until you don't wake up.
Winston, as he's pouring your first round of drinks, some of the other guild members notice the new faces around the bar and begin to rush up, saying, "Oh, hey, you guys must be some more of the newbies, huh?
You could say that.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I heard you guys had a rough go of it this year."
That we did. Not
can't-
everyone made it.
It wasn't too bad.
No, it was that bad. It was that bad, actually.
Wow. You hear another person runs up, "Hey, the newcomers are here!" And then just more people begin to pile in, and you just get crowded up at the bar,
No.
almost herded.
No.
Are you going to try and sneak away?
No, Dana's gonna use thaumaturgy and make her eyes glow and try to intimidate them to go.
Oh,
Wait.
Pan is
I'm
loving me because when he's
Make an
gonna jump up on the
intimidation
table and
check.
Start regaling it.
Intimidation check.
As Pan starts his regaling, I lean over to Celine and
Wow.
say, you should probably help him with that.
16.
16. They give you a decent berth. A few of them still try to approach and like ask you a question, and with a quick glare, they just like back off. So you're left to sip your drink in peace. Nice to just sit and watch the others as they get bombarded with the questions.
Fantastic.
Can I sneak away?
Sneak away.
Well,
can try.
as he's being,
Make a stealth check at disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh,
Awful.
but am I not helping him by jumping up on a table?
Yeah, is he not
and
distracting
performing my
them?
deeds?
So straight roll.
Okay, let's say, because I feel like with him being an idiot, I should be able to get away from this.
No.
And I might be over exaggerating certain
Nope,
aspects of
that is
the
not going to happen
I'm
at
gonna-
all.
I'm gonna walk up to
What was it?
I don't know, I gotta add my modifier. 6.
No. As you try and like sneak away, more arms like come across your shoulder and go, "No, wait, hold on a second," and like they like start refilling your cup with your sake bottle and like, no, we got more.
I'm going to give a very angrily looking scowl and be like,
Calm yourself, Kinchin. This is a night of fun and relaxation.
it's going to be fun when I pin them against the wall here in a second.
Just relax.
Several minutes, probably close to an hour goes by before this scene is finally broken by the sound of 2 doors at the end of the hall being thrust open. And you see there in a freshly polished set of plate armor, now holding a cape behind her of velvet, and wielding a massive sword that is easily, like, if she were to stand it on its tip, is probably a good 1.5 feet taller than she is. Holding it across her shoulder blades, and it's even got, from its handle, on the upper end of the spine of the blade, it actually has a little place filed out where she can hold her fingers in there as well. Grand Marshal Heartstring walks forward and presents herself for a very absurd and abrupt speech. The blush in her cheeks suggests that her preparation for this night may have included a few pre-speech shots. And her speech ends with her sword 20 feet in the air stuck to a wooden beam in the wall of the guild hall. As she is proclaimed now that all of the initiates are going to drink for free tonight.
Alright.
I'm gonna get another bottle.
And immediately go get some more of the plum stuff.
Aren't you like wasted by this point? Since you've never had alcohol?
Probably.
Wasted. Just completely done.
Airdorn
Yeah,
probably
like
has
fucking
4 or
Seder.
5 mugs of the mead. But it's akin to something he's used to in his clan. So
Yeah,
it doesn't
I was
take
also-
him by surprise.
it's true.
Pan has like snuck like sips of a Fey wine before, but he's never actually like fully drank.
As much as what he is.
Oh,
So
yeah, never.
Pan should go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
I hope you fail.
Don't fuck me, dice.
Are there any girls
8.
there?
There are several women amongst the guild members. Pan is not good at holding his liquor. It's only probably halfway through the evening before Pan vomits and passes out in a corner somewhere.
Yes. So, Kenshin would very much like to go over to where Pan is at, pull out a marker, and draw on his face.
So there aren't like markers.
Ink, whatever I can
But
find,
you can find some ink
and I'm going to draw on his face.
make a dexterity check.
That's just a check, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Just dex.
That's not bad. 16?
You can pretty effectively draw whatever you want to on his face.
Okay, I'm going to do cat whiskers.
It doesn't stick well because he is.
Fairly hairy.
Well, I mean, he's a faunus, so I guess his face isn't super hairy. So little cat whiskers.
Followed by like a Thanos kind of chin. And maybe like a very angry scowl on his forehead.
Perfect.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful.
Because that is exactly what Pan deserves, being passed out.
Well, that's what Pan gets for not drinking enough before this. He wasn't trained for this.
He wasn't trained.
Hey, listen, Pan didn't spend his years partying. Pan spent his years fucking training his ass off.
Yes, he did.
And you know what? Kenshin is in a much better mood now that he's drawn all over his comrade's face.
There you go. Throughout the night, you guys do gather a few different interesting points. You hear a couple of rumors. You hear a rumor discussing something about some serial killer has been running amok in the city, down in the Arraigns ward.
Pan was passed out. I'm gonna get some more water.
You hear another rumor that there's a clan of Dragonborn to the north that seem to be exhibiting strange behavior. You're not quite sure. You don't get super specifics, but something's going on. You also hear rumors of disrupt happening in a few of the other cities. One of them specifically is over in Lindum. News has reached around saying that the local magistrate in Lindum is beginning to put restrictions on the religious actions of the of Shadow's Creed, because one of their members has been accused of murder. Of a hate crime nature against someone of another faction. And it's causing quite a bit of political uproar down in Lindum, and it seems that the effects of that have been rippling throughout the rest of the kingdom here recently.
So I'll look at Erdorn and be like, are these anyone that you know up north?
I'm not sure.
I mean, they tell you it's a clan of red dragonborn, red scale dragonborn.
I haven't really met many others.
They'd be from a very different region. You're from where Eredorn's from. It's closer off towards Feywind, towards to the eastern side of the mountains. These ones, from what you hear, they're pretty much north, a little bit west.
So the only thing I'm particularly interested in is that, or maybe see what's going on with the other group as far as that hate crime.
Maybe.
But
I feel like most of these rumors, if we were to take it as a job, we would have to go through the proper channels in this guild.
So we're still in this bar here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I'll turn to Winston and be like, how do we take some of these?
Are you talking to Winston?
I am.
Winston, as he's changing out your empty bottle for another full one.
Yes.
Goes, well, I mean, if you want to talk business, I mean, I'm the quest keeper for the guild. Any declared quests have to come through me. I'm the one who decides the difficulty ratings of the things that are posted up on the board, as well as who's capable of taking which quests. I mean, if you guys decided to declare a quest of your own, you just got to let me know. That way no one else takes up arms in what you're doing.
And do these quests have any kind of reward attached to it?
I mean, the official guild requests do. And you can find those posted on the board over there. If you hear something you want to do on your own, there's no official guild payment made for that, but who knows what your adventures may turn up
Right.
the way there.
Okay.
The stories, though, the stories
Stories are what are important.
The stories are what kindle the flame of hope. And considering the waves of fear and despair that have been washing over the land recently, I'd say a bright light of hope is what's needed right now.
That is what I am destined for.
Well, that's obvious. Amphora chose you. That means you were destined for some kind of greatness. There's a light in you that he saw, that he granted you his favor because of it.
Well, to be fair, like, 3 of us were here. The other 2 we just kind of happened upon, and they haven't left yet.
No, that's not the way it works. Sorry about that, bud, but everyone who makes it through the trials, Amphora sees not just what happened, but the way the trials are designed. If you made it through, you were meant to make it through.
We are a team, whether you like it or not.
I mean, hypothetically speaking, that one that's passed out over there that I may have not drawn on, y'all could have that one. They would be a good janitorial staff. I'm sure they clean really well.
I mean, I'm sure he does. We all take all guild members take.
His
part of
axe is
cleaning
far
the
too
area.
valuable.
His axe, it's basically just metal that he glued together and threw at people. No. It is not. And then that one,
Oh,
You can see me like trying to flirt with.
I want to retcon something because I almost forgot. Pan, the Forge Master Ian did momentarily borrow your axe.
is gone.
He
You can't have it.
promised it would return to you undamaged.
Pan would have been very extremely hesitant.
Well,
That axe is like
I know.
his life's work.
I know. Let's just say that he was extremely persuasive
Yeah, no.
and insistent that he needed it.
What
After he took that look into your eye.
Wouldn't it have been funnier to see
Because
him
it was a
wrestle
part of
for
you.
it?
No.
I can
Or
see
like
that
maybe
though.
pick up Pan and just like throw him down the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Drastic.
No.
You just don't like satyrs.
No.
I don't.
It's for a purely cosmetic reason, but it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Yeah, I figured with the name of it now. I figured.
Uh-huh.
I was just curious how that was going to get worked in.
Yep.
But,
So,
okay.
but Winston chuckles, looking over at him, and goes, I'm just gonna say I get to keep a keener eye on the trials than most, and I think Greenwood over here is pretty on the nose. His axe did seem to be of some decent benefit to you all.
Sure. It almost killed one of us. Absolutely.
That is not nearly the worst that has come out of that particular. that whole area of the library is a little iffy.
So is he.
Yes. Well, you can't. What happens down there in the restricted section? You can't
Shay's
really.
in the motherfucking restriction section. Let me tell you what.
You can't really hold people's actions against them down there. There's influences.
You were all acting strangely down there, that's for sure.
Nevertheless, I will say I do think the teamwork is the reason why so many of you made it through this year.
I agree.
I mean, most
Puzzles would not have been completed without Pan. Thank you.
Hey, Pan, you're passed out in the corner.
Yeah.
You rolled way too low on your constitution check. Alcohol does not agree with you. But he says he does go, normally we only get 2 or 3, but that's because applicants are always so damn focused on their own glory. Those guys over there and you guys kind of came together, even though you're complete strangers, and pushed each other through.
What you mean by that is we, not including that one, did well.
she's not paying attention.
Of course she's not paying attention because she doesn't do anything.
Because I like the pretty ladies.
And Winston leans in and says, some of her words guided you more than a single occasion. Don't, what I'm saying is just don't disregard the contributions that some of these others may have had on your own ability to push through there. Nevertheless, if you want to take on a job, you do so through me. Some of the guild requests up there require, though, that you be part of a registered troop, and that the troop can undertake the harder, better paying guild requests.
Where would we register as a
Well, tomorrow morning the ladies will be back up, but he points over there into the far corner, the more administrative looking desk area. He says, you can register right over there as an adventuring troop.
We'll have to do that in the morning.
We can't do anything tonight.
You can always drink more. As he
can
pours
always
another glass of wine.
Dana does not drink as much as you think she does because she will blow shit up.
Yeah, no. I'm assuming
Watch this,
Dana has been
guys.
working on her very first wine glass this whole time. And he leans in and says, this is really more just a very well cultivated grape juice.
Oh.
Just slides to the other end of the table.
So, I have a question. How many little sake cups do I have at this point?
You've got one sake cup that you've just been refilling with a bottle consistently.
How many bottles do I have?
You're on your second one.
Okay. I'm going to take my bottles out, they're empty, and I'm going to stack them on Pan's head.
So the barkeep took one of your empty bottles.
I'm going to take the other one, and I'm going to stack it on his head.
You can put it on Pan's head. Sleight of hand check.
Okay. Now, damn it. Why does it got to be that one?
Pan, make a perception check at disadvantage.
Sleight of hand. 11.
Okay. Not okay.
You don't notice at all. It does not wake up Pan. You managed to balance.
It's a 4.
Oh, 4. So you do manage to balance it on his head, but he snores and snorts a little bit, and it falls off and breaks on the floor.
Are there any cups around me?
I'm sure there are.
I'm going to grab the cups and start stacking them on random
Some of
places.
the other guild members notice you doing this, and they come over and slowly start helping you build like a
Yes!
tower on top of Pan's head.
Yes! That is exactly what we need to just stack things on him as much as possible.
Well,
Unfortunately, all of you are so damn drunk that it never gets more than 2 or 3 tall before they fall off.
But we keep trying, right?
But you spend the rest of your evening and you keep trying.
while he's doing that,
I'm okay with this.
You guys do see one of the other applicants who had just made it through, the new initiates. One of them is a small halfling bard who at some point does begin performing, and several of the other bards of the guild hall begin playing with him. Happy, joyful tunes throughout the evening.
would I know what they're playing?
Not necessarily, but your trained ears can pick up the keys and the cadences.
I'm gonna do that.
Do you want to perform with them?
I would perform with them.
Okay, make a performance check.
Alright. I gotta flirt with a woman somehow. 14.
14.
You did a digital dice?
I don't have my physical one with me.
Oh, you poor thing.
So you hop right on in and just start playing. You can max the tune just fine, and it's honestly a wonderful accompaniment. You even add a little dance to it.
Yeah, my little tap dance for Kenshin.
Here's one more.
Oh.
As
Okay.
anybody else want to do anything this evening before we move on to the next scene?
Eridorn would try and find groups of people that are about his size,
Easy
or
enough.
Dragonborn that he could, if there are any other Dragonborn.
There's a few Dragonborn.
And he would just try and figure out what clans they were and just general knowledge.
Just trying to make
trying to make more friends.
So just perusing around. One of the Dragonborn you meet isn't actually affiliated with the clan. He is an Empire citizen, which is very rare. But he comes from a small town that borders the forest. And his family mostly lives on the outskirts of it, but it's been their family home for a long time.
Gotcha.
You gather that there's more to his story, but that he's not freely giving you. But
Do
it's
I
enough.
get a name from him?
That's the important questions.
Make the DM do some work.
Jotun.
Oh, did you ask a name?
Yes.
Good.
You just get Jotun. He doesn't give you his
Jotun.
surname, his
Okay.
clan name, but it's
That's
Jotun.
I would just give him Eridorn.
So,
He's pleased to meet your acquaintance. He's blue, by the way.
blue.
Blue skin. He does have a massive scar across his right eye, which is glassed and unusable.
So, how feasible, is there anyone around that is just not paying attention?
I mean, everyone's kind of involved in their own thing.
Good. I'm going to pick up a cup and I'm going to throw it at someone that's not paying attention.
Surprised you didn't say
You talk
it.
about me being a fucking chaos hero.
Right.
I'm drunk. I'm going to do things.
I thought you were gonna throw it at me. I got scared.
Make an attack roll with your dex modifier or strength.
I'll do strength.
So,
Definitely.
but no proficiency bonus, so just d20 plus
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That is a natural one.
a natural one.
That is a natural one. Well, I mean, +7, so...
No, it's a natural 1. It's
Okay.
an attack roll. So you find this one shorter guy who seems to be very involved in a conversation with someone across the table from him. You aim and you hurl, and that cup is on target. And just before it hits, a elvish hand shoots up, snatches the cup out of midair.
Damn it.
Meets eye line with you. Wham!
Oh, shit!
Slams you right in the middle of the face with this cup. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Of course I do. Of course I do.
The hole goes quiet for a moment.
I'm gonna
You
hiccup.
hear a couple of glugs as people empty their cups.
What have you done?
Before you hear Winston going, God damn it. Boom!
Yes!
People hurling cups and plates. And
This is what I want.
and it is a full-on tavern brawl.
That is exactly what I was going for.
Grand Marshal Valerial goes full-on Yoda, just grabbing cups, hopping in the air, and pelting people with them in the backs of their heads, right between the shoulder blades. Eridorn, you catch one in the back, like in the middle of your back, that like puts you on your knee. It was like a plate that she like frisbeed, and it just slammed, shattered. You guys are now in the middle of a tavern brawl.
Yes.
Friendly, but a tavern brawl.
I want to headbutt somebody.
Okay, well, you do whatever you want to do in this event.
I'm gonna grab Dana and try and get out of there.
Out for this?
I
Please
want.
tell me Pan wakes up for this.
Eventually, Pan does wake up. I want all of you guys just to roll a d20 for me. Just everyone roll a d20.
God, I'm not rolling the one that gave me a natural 1. That's not bad.
What did Eridorn roll?
9.
9? You're one of the last men standing. What did Kenshin roll?
15.
Congratulations, you're one of the last men standing.
That's awesome.
Dana, what did you roll?
A 1.
A 1?
Yes.
Unfortunately, you did not make it to the end of this tavern brawl. You may either bow out respectively, or you were like cowering under a table by the end.
I
of
was
it.
gonna hide behind the bar.
Well, there you go. You hop behind the bar and just hang out with
That's
Winston.
just what I was gonna do anyway.
Got a 1.
You got a
Yes!
I don't like your dice. I prefer digital.
Nope.
one. So you give it your all, but eventually you are like picked up and tossed. behind the bar.
Yes!
In fact, he was almost in it like out of caring. Like he comes over to you and goes, it's a big guy, like a massive half orc who walks up and goes, this is not for you. Sets you under and just pats your head, and then turns back around and hurls a cup at someone from on top of the bar.
What did Pan roll?
Pan, what'd you roll?
I rolled 12.
You rolled 12.
Yeah.
You make it through most of the fight. However, the very last few people left standing, your drink catches back up to you again, and unfortunately, you hurl at just the wrong moment to catch a plate in the back of the head at the same time, and you're back out for the rest of the night.
Damn.
That is exactly how I wanted tonight to go. That is perfect.
Could I rage?
Can I rage?
Can I rage?
I think he's too drunk to rage.
I kind of...
I feel like he would though.
I mean, Pan can rage.
Does he?
Add your rage bonus to your roll. So what's that make
What
the
is my
total?
rage bonus?
+2 right now?
So, yeah, 14.
So it's a
14?
I wasn't adding anything. It was just a straight 20 roll, right?
Yeah, just straight 20 roll. So
It was a 14 then.
14 total. Okay, that's actually enough to meet what the other roll was. So I'll say you stand toe to toe with one of the last two people standing. It's a dwarf.
And
Who-
Pan's got his fucking horns, dude. He can headbutt people.
Well, that's the thing. So you guys like see each other from like 20 feet across the guild hall, lock eyes, and just start running at each other. You dip your head, he dips his. A dwarven skull meets Faunus horn as you guys collide. Step back for a second, dazed. raise a finger, and then both just tip over and slam down on the floor, pass the fuck out.
Better than being picked up and sat back down by a giant man.
There is nothing wrong with how tonight unfolded. This is...
I was having fun with my instrument.
Forge Master Ian Brickton is amongst the last standing. The night slowly comes to an end as some of the patrons pick themselves back up, and several people help clean up the mess, sweeping up the broken clay
Aragorn
shards.
would help doing whatever he
Yeah.
needed to.
Eventually, once everything is cleaned up, it's probably 2 o'clock in the morning now.
fair.
But the Forge Master does catch the 5 of you and says, he even picks Pan up off the floor and kind of like wakes him up.
Does he slap him?
Not really slapping him, but like shakes him like midair, just holding him until he kind of like holds his.
He starts kicking his legs.
He's just like, hey, set you down.
Oh, hi.
That was a night.
That was a night.
I know you guys are tired. One last
Very
thing
much
though. I need y'all to follow me back up to the forge for just a bit.
You're at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I have something for you that's
Of
important.
course.
I don't think I want to know what you have for me.
Go back to sleep.
Can I just
Trust
like
me.
drag
like,
Pan
on this
with one
stairway.
arm and just drag him up there?
You and Eridorn together can drag him, no problem.
Okay, everyone
Yeah.
grab this side. We're taking this dumb idiot with us, and we're just going to drag him the whole way.
I like when you say what he's gonna do.
He's going to have to help, or else I'm going to throw it.
I was going to pick him up and place him on my shoulder as we.
I am only like 5'11" or 4'11".
Oh, that's perfect. What? Just put him on your shoulder. Carry him.
Does not take
I
much.
might be covered in pixie vomit.
And don't forget, your face is very decorative at this point.
He doesn't
Honestly,
know
Ben's
that.
okay with it.
He hasn't seen a beer.
Even if he did know, he's okay with it.
Good.
Eventually, you guys make it back to the forge. The blue fire is still burning within, but much dimmer. And you see sparkling along a rack on the far side items that weren't there before. The Forge Master lines you all up. Says, he actually looks at Dana specifically and says, a little pain first, and then a great gift. Please present me with your forearms, because mine is almost dead.
Forearms.
Why? What do you plan to
I
do?
don't question it. Just reach my forearm out.
Kenshin will also do the same thing because he's not scared unlike these people.
He says,
Dana removes her glove, and you notice that her hand is turning slightly black. Because she was born with the Hexblade's curse slowly consuming her.
so Ian walks over to the forge. There are 5 tongs left inside. What he pulls out is the brandishing hot golden bindings. That he walks over to Eridorn first, as he was the first one to present his forearm. And he encloses it around you. And at first, there's a bit of a searing pain as the hot metal fuses into your skin. But it quickly dissipates, and the metal rapidly cools to a beautiful golden hue. He applies Kenshin's and Dana's as well. And you guys now noticing that he has similar bindings on both of his wrists as well. He brings one over to you.
Does it hurt?
Not at all.
Only for a moment.
Alright, but don't be surprised if I fight.
What are you going to do?
He,
Bite his ankles?
He
I'll bite
clamps
yours
it.
next.
As you say that, there's a quick burning sensation as the binding is clamped down onto your wrist. It only lasts a moment. Pan, do you present your forearm as well?
Pan went to sleep.
So,
So Pan is still past.
Carried him on his shoulders.
How many times do they have to wake you up?
how about this? How about we just grab him off Eridorn and we just like place him there? We grab his arm and like, there.
Ian says, I need his consent for this. Hold on.
Okay, so I'm gonna slap him.
No, he pulls a tiny little vial out of one of his
this
pockets.
is gonna be awesome.
Ooh.
Kind of holds Pan's nose and pulls his head open and pours it down his gullet.
Oh,
Luckily, immediately Pan doesn't taste whatever the concoction is. But after a moment, Pan, your eyes like shoot open. You are painfully sober and have a hangover from hell.
And he pans in there going. It's like when you wake up with a cotton mouth.
Yeah.
Like your tongue is just super dry.
Yeah, but you were suddenly very painfully sober. And it was almost like the stoutest coffee you can ever think of. Like black sludge.
Ew.
Kind of a red eye.
Not the coffee I drink normally.
No. And he says, welcome back momentarily to the land of the waking. Give me your arm.
Why?
because he said so. Stop arguing and do it, you
Y'all are
drunkard.
getting married.
Pan just like slumps over Erdor's shoulder and then like holds his arm out.
There's a clamp and a quick burn as you all receive your guild seals. After the last one is applied, Ian says, "This is the mark, the seal that which binds us all to this guild. This token is what gives you your station. Wear it with pride." And as you look down upon it, you see that upon the top is a beautiful clear crystal that is radiating with warm red energy. Ian says, "This seal not only signifies your station as a seeker, but it also contains Amphora's favor. That favor grows in the deeds that you accomplish. It grows with you. It grows as the adoration of the people finds you, with the brightness of the light that you shine in hope upon the desperate. This favor is what you will use to infuse the gifts that I provide you, so that they may also grow with you." And with that, he turns to the rack and he plucks from it a long quarterstaff that he then takes over to Dana and says, "This is that gift." And he presents you with an elegant ebon steel quarterstaff that's adorned with spirals of violet mithril. The tip of this spire is adorned with a large, perfect black diamond spearhead, from which a faint purple light can be seen emanating. To Eridorn, he presents a massive aegis crafted in beautiful verdant crystal, bound in gold. Upon the crystalline face is the form of an elegant tree. You see now, as clouds from overhead disperse, it sparkles in moonlight.
That is beautiful.
Kenshin, you are presented with an exquisite dark ebon steel longsword. The crystalline blade set upon the black metal holds the color of deep ruby and sings as the wind dances across it.
Now this is going to be like a samurai sword, right? So you take it, sheath it, draw it quickly, and then spin it around before resheathing it.
Whenever the movement you make with it, it whistles almost. It produces almost an elegant tone as it cuts through the air.
I will look at him and say, "Thank you, this is a beautiful sword."
Where's yours? There it is. To Pan, you are presented once more with your own handcrafted axe. However, it's been gilded and reinforced in a silvered mithril binding. The scrap metal blades have kept their shape, though he's flattened them somewhat to serve as an artistic core for the wondrously crafted gemstone axe heads forged in deep amethyst.
So it's still the gnarled tree branch. It's just got the silver bindings.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. And we'll be opening this.
And finally, Celine, your guild token takes the form of a beautiful lute. A hollow black wood body and neck is accentuated with silver filigreed frets and rows. The strings are spun from dragon hearts that Ian explains will never break. Upon the back of the instrument is carved from flawlessly smooth amber with runic accents.
She'll take the lute and bow her head as she does and thank him for giving her such a wonderful gift.
So Ian steps back and he says, "These are the gifts that I present to you. But you must make them yours. Take hold of them. Connect to them. And allow the favor which you already hold to flow deep within." As you all hold on to each of your tokens and focus on that power within, you feel them slowly attune to you and adjust to your own wishes as the favor allows you to craft them ever so slightly in your own image. Ian says, as you all complete this, he says, "And now these will grow with you. Keep them close. And know that as long as you stay true to these gifts, they will protect and serve you as you wish. Now, you need sleep.
Yes.
That one especially needs sleep." He points to you, Pan. "I suggest you go and see the Hearth Master in the morning before you do anything about leaving the city. And if you haven't yet been told, Winston is our quest keeper.
Yes, he was explaining that to us.
If I was you, I'd go and talk to him in the morning. It's always nice, well, it's always a good idea for new initiates to make a name for themselves early on. Pick a quest, go on an adventure. Get some
That we can do.
get some world worthiness under your belts."
He might be a little upset with what happened tonight, but he'll be fine tomorrow, right?
Oh, Winston? That hardly the first that has ever happened.
Won't be the last.
Let me just say that any good weekend party that doesn't end that way is a rarity. Trust me, he'll have all of that mended in, well, with the help of a few other of the magic practitioners around the guild, he'll have all of that mended in no time. Or at least in time for the next one to happen.
I mean, it's not a celebration if we don't have a little fight, right?
Of course. Well, I mean, there's no such thing as as a night at the tavern here without a little bit of bloodshed. As long as it's in good spirits,
Of course.
we're all down for it.
I'm sure my face probably still hurts, so...
You are a little red, like right
Yeah,
there. You got nailed pretty good with that first shot.
Dana holds her hand up with the bracelet, and she notices how darkened it's become, and she goes, "Will this stop whatever is happening here?"
He says, "Unfortunately, the seal doesn't act in that manner. However, if you so wish, he takes the glove from your other hand and pulls a small, almost looks like a match almost, but takes fire from the forge, walks over and begins humming melodically to himself, and you see a few runes on his arm light up. as he lights the glove and then like blows the ashes onto your hand and the gauntlet, and the glove reforms with golden filigree on it around your hand and merged with the glove, so that if you so wish, you can hide your hand once more.
Ah, good. Because I don't want people to be afraid of me. At least
I'm not afraid of you.
He pulls off his own forge glove, and you see a blackened, burned, like cracked skin, almost scaly looking hand of lava rock underneath, and he goes, "We all have our own stories." He puts the glove back on. "Well, I know the Grand Marshal showed you where the bunkhouses are.
Yes, we should rest.
Go get sleep. Sleep in. You've earned it." And he
Thank
turns
you.
around and waves. You hear him pull a billet of something else out of the dying forge and hammer a few times, echoing as you guys make your way to the bunkhouse and pass out for the night. You guys may take a long rest.
Yay.
So those 3 points of bludgeoning damage, I took away.
They do.
That's good.
I was hoping your health was low enough that those 3 points might knock you out.
No, not even close. I am a little beefy.
A little beefy.
Little beefy.
Little beefy, it's fine.
I want to articulate that I'm going to shower or bathe before I
That's
get out
fine.
of my room.
That's fine. Do what you need to do to make sure that you are comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
And just goes and passes the fuck out. And he's cuddling with his axe.
Are you? Is it like spooning you, or are you spooning it?
I'm spooning it.
Okay. So it's the little spoon.
And my animals very much are apparently needing attention, so we're going to go ahead and take our break a little early. So I can let them out.
You an energy drink?
Yeah.
And we'll be back in about 20 minutes, guys, to see where this group decides they want to take their first adventure.
Yeah.
Woo! Y'all anything?
Alright, guys, welcome back. Sorry for that long break, but we're ready to get back to our game.
Yes. Hopefully the pups are satisfied now.
Hopefully, one of them is still outside because he likes to be on the line rather than being inside the house.
Probably for the best.
Satisfying.
Well, you know, the husky. The husky is being a husky. So, morning greets you all. Several of you with headaches. One of you with a much worse headache than the others.
So, since I'm resistant to poison, does that give me any, like,
I don't
That's
feel
a good
like
question.
alcohol?
Alcohol's not a poison, though, is it?
It
Yeah,
is,
it is.
kind of.
Technically, it's
Alcohol
a toxin.
It is a toxin to most humanoids.
Wow, you were not expecting these questions at all.
That would also mean that you wouldn't be able to get drunk at all.
That's why I only had like 5 of them.
I don't feel like that would be necessarily true, because your body can be resistant
Maybe.
to certain
No,
things.
give me a. Let's answer this one question. Does Aradorn care whether or not he's capable of being drunk?
No.
Then no.
He just likes
Alcohol
the
has
taste.
no effect on you whatsoever. That's now canon in all of our universes.
All right.
Wow.
Dragonborn can't get drunk.
Immunity to poison means no drunk.
Well, it's resistant.
Well, okay, green Dragonborn who are
Poison
resistant to poison.
Resistant to poison damage. Okay, so advantage on saving throws then
Yeah.
against being drunk. You're So
That makes more sense.
You didn't drink that much, so you're not hungover this morning. Let's
Perfect.
say. You, despite the fact that you're sitting there drinking a C4 right now, and your heart's going to explode probably in the
Soon.
next 20 minutes.
I will give him CPR. Not a problem.
Cool. Good.
Mouth to mouth.
Wonderful.
Sure.
We'll make it awkward. I'll do it on camera.
Please don't.
Yes.
We don't care.
I can drive over there and do CPR.
You're
not
broken.
driving anywhere right now.
You are broken. Stop it.
I'll go crawl in my fucking Challenger and slow to the ground.
Oh my God, you will die on the way here.
So the morning finds you all. You wake up rested.
Okay.
Make your way slowly out of the bunkhouse. You all come together. Birds chirping. Streets slowly coming back to life. No, you guys slept in, so streets very much alive.
Mid-afternoon.
Yep. We'll say it's like 11, 11:30.
Aragorn probably would have woken up a bit earlier to do his prayers and
Sure.
ritual.
They were woken up a bit earlier and trying to tune the new instrument that I got.
And Kenshin would have been taking
Interestingly enough, it like you go to pluck it to check the notes and it's already in tune. Like you kind of like nostalgically tweak the pegs.
Check something real fast. I'm gonna do a thunderclap. Test it.
What are you using Thunderclap on?
What, the
A
bed?
pillow.
The darkness.
Yeah, the darkness.
You strum a chord and it
What's the pillow look like?
thunderous sound. The pillow, the poor down pillow, just feathers everywhere in the room. Considering you're bunking with Dana, that's a terrible way to wake up. I'm sorry.
Dana was probably already awake. She was probably just laying there. And she's kind of...
Feathers.
What are you doing?
I had to test if it worked properly.
If it worked properly? Do you not see the mess that you've created?
That's how I knew it worked.
The chord's still slightly vibrating on the just.
I just hold it so it stops.
This is all you. And Dana just gets up. And she
Start trying to stuff stuff back in the pillow.
Sure. Takes you a minute. The pillow does not go back in the same shape that it was before.
Is it at least hidden?
I mean, you got most of the feathers off the floor.
But is it in the pillow?
It's in the pillow. It's in the pillow. The pillow's a little lumpier now than what it
It's
was.
fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Good enough.
So you guys come together in the morning. What are we doing?
Well, should we make our troop first? We can do that while we have breakfast, as they were in the same place.
We could also get rid of some of our troop.
No, I want to make a troop, and then I want to go shopping.
Well, Ian did say something about a Hearthmaster.
Shopping?
No one cares about your accessory problem.
No, I
care.
don't want accessories. I want armor.
Armor.
Well,
Pan probably still has the markings on his face.
Yep.
yep, that's awesome.
Pan. Pan.
Eh? Eh.
Your face is all smudgy.
It looks way better than what it did, so just FYI.
You might want to
So
find
I
the
can-
washroom.
No, leave it there.
Like something reflective that I can look at my face with.
Sure. Yeah, like a window pane.
You also
Yeah.
smell funny.
I'll leave the cat whiskers and I'll clean the rest of it.
So having been left there all night, unfortunately, all of them are the ones you mark off do still have a slight like faded henna look to them. It might take a couple of washing sessions to finally like get that ink unset from your skin.
And on his forehead, that is a very angry scowl, so he looks very pissed.
Oddly enough, though, with the access of the horns, it gives you kind of an interesting look. Like, it's not necessarily bad. It's almost like war henna.
I'm looking at it like, it's still an improvement to your regular face.
But you keep the Naruto whiskers because they're cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright.
So where were you guys headed first?
Well, I agree with Aerodorn. We should probably go do something about this Hearthstone first, and then troop, and then if you want to go shopping, go do it.
Don't worry, Dana. I'll go with you.
Fine.
What are you gonna do?
She's going with me. It's none of your business.
To do what? To break things?
Kenshin, just let them be. Oh my goodness.
I just kind of like touch my horns as I'm like staring very aggravatedly at him, giving him the idea that I will headbutt him.
You're gonna do what?
Do I see that dwarf that I headbutted?
No.
We headbutted each other? No?
No, not in the immediate area, no.
So let's go to the Hearthmaster first.
Yes, let's go there and actually do what we need to do before we go do other stupid things.
Well, asking around, it's easy enough to find the Hearthmaster. Hearthmaster. I have to find his name again. Eventually, you're led to a tower near the. It's near the guild hall, a little further down, a little further south, where you're introduced to Hearthmaster Victor Helmsby.
Hearthmaster Victor?
Victor. He is an elderly gnome, though still quite spry for his age. The robes he wears are far too long for his size. They drag behind him as he walks. He goes, "Oh, the other new recruits. How wonderful. I was wondering when you would be here to see me."
We came in a little late last night.
"Oh, I heard. I also heard there was quite a party last night."
Well,
You could say that, but
we had fun with the rabble that y'all keep around here.
And he looks up at a little bit of a bruise that's still forming like just above your eyebrow and goes like, "I'm sure." Well, anyway, I'm very happy that you managed to come by here, and you were smart enough to do so before leaving the city or the hold. I am the Hearthmaster here at Dawnspire Hold. There are a few other Hearthmasters spread around the Empire. Several of the major cities have guild outposts. All of the masters serving there were my apprentices. They're not quite as skilled in the mastery of the particular magics that we wield as I am, but they will suffice.
fair enough.
As new guild initiates, you all are allowed to receive a single free guild Hearthstone. Allow me to present you with them. And he turns around, waddles over to his desk, pulls out a large wooden box, patters back over, and opens it up and holds it up. And inside you see 5 stones with runic carvings upon them. The runic carvings glow a very pale verdant green.
These are pretty stones, I say.
Holds
as
them
I
up. Says 1 each, please. They're about 3 inches across in diameter, roughly circular.
I'm gonna grab 2. I'm gonna pelt one at her.
Try and catch it,
Make a dexterity check.
of course. Dexterity.
Fairly small in Aerodorn's hands. He says, what do these small stones entail?
21.
Oh, well, of
She
course.
got a natural 20.
Snatch.
Now what?
Glare.
Roll
Is
them.
it feasible for
Those guys.
No. I like
What was that?
Rachel.
is it feasible for Pan to like attach it to like his wreath of like roses?
I'm sure he could find a way to do so.
'Cause that's where you'd probably put it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a kind of ornate looking thing.
Yeah, it's ornate enough that it would fit with Pan's accessories. And Victor closes the case as you all take yours and says, "This particular item is really quite something amazing. It's a something of my own invention. It will allow you to periodically, return yourself here to this tower."
Interesting.
Okay, and how does that work?
Well, it's pretty simple once you attune to the stone, and it can only be used by seekers, by the way. It links with your seal, and he produces his own risk and taps on the metal binding on his own. It says it requires a seeker's guild seal to function, But once you're attuned to it, you can take a few seconds to focus on it and evoke the magic to instantaneously teleport you from where you were to here. And he motions to a runic circle that is over in a hollowed out portion of the wall. As though it does take the rune some time to recharge once it's been used, so...
How much time?
It depends. Each time is a little bit different.
So you made it, and you don't know how long it takes.
No, I mean, I know how long it takes. It's just each one is a little bit different. They take variable amounts of time. The gathering of the energies necessary to produce that effect is variable. It's not exact.
So it's like an inconsistent, piece of technology. Okay.
It's more like everything in this world is... Everything that's natural is inconsistent. Nothing operates on an exact schedule, man.
Okay, whatever you say.
Yeah, it's the way magic works. Just be happy you get it, because it is a nice way to get out of a tight spot, or if you need to make your way back here, you can. The other Hearth Masters around the Empire, they can inscribe their own rune upon it if you wish to change where you want the Hearthstone to take you. Just know that you can only have one location bound at any given time.
Okay.
And once used, it's only a one-way trip. It takes you from where you were to your bound location. That's it. No going back. Unless you hoof it. And he looks down at Pan and Celine real quick and go, no pun intended.
I kind of just tap my nose against the ground a little bit, doing a little sound.
Very well trimmed hooves. Anyway, if for whatever reason you lose your stones, you can procure more from me, but they are a little costly at this point. Only one free. So keep it close. Don't lose it.
Okay.
Don't sell it. Doesn't do anybody else any good.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep. Anything else?
Yes,
No?
thank you.
Okay,
Nope.
let's leave.
That's
I
what
do
we do.
have one more question.
Sure.
Of course you do.
Shut up. So, would we be able to, let's say, give these to, let's say I had mine scribed to another one and they still have it scribed here? Would I be able to give it to them and then they can teleport to where I had it scribed?
Well, they would have to take some time to attune to you, unattune from their own stone and attune to your stone.
Okay. But it is feasible.
Yes, in a long roundabout way.
Okay.
Doesn't
That's all
sound
I
like
had.
it'd be very useful.
You gotta know.
Well, I mean, she's not useful anyway, so that's a pretty accurate question.
I think she's useful enough.
No.
As he says that, I just kind of turn.
Not having
and
this
start.
argument this early in the morning.
It's not early because some people can't hold their alcohol.
And you're still hungover.
I'm okay.
It is towards noon at this point, and I get the feeling he's always grumpy.
He is.
I got it. Well, he's not the only one around here. It's fine. Well, anyway, that's all I have to provide for you, and that should be the last. As he looks around and says, "I see that you've already received your seals, and well, Ian seems to have presented you with your tokens."
Yes, that happened last night after the bar fight.
Huh? Oh, he drug you out all the way up to his floor.
He was very excited.
He's very proud.
He is.
He is a very proud
For
craftsman.
very good reason, I say as I stretch my arm out with the shield on it.
Well, there's Haimon Jar did not take many apprentices, and Ian was one of the few.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Those are hiccups, I think.
Are those
Yeah.
Suzanne's or Dana's
They
hiccups?
were my hiccups.
I think it should be Dana's.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, hopefully you guys get to go off on your first adventure soon.
Well, if we can get out here, that's what we'll do.
Go ahead. No, I'm done. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hold you up anymore. I do have duties to attend to.
Thank you for the gift, Hearthmaster.
Of course. Happy adventuring.
Yeah. So let's go. And we want to make our way down to make our trip.
The hall.
Up to the hall.
Oh,
yes.
up
to the hall.
Up to the hall. It's much more sparsely populated than what it was the night before. As you guys take seat at the table, Winston actually, he waves and, gestures at a table for you guys to have a seat. A few of his barmaids bring over platters for each of you, and she goes, Winston thought you guys might appreciate a hearty brunch this morning, so we set something on the side. And you guys each have a big plate of ham, bacon, eggs, fresh bread. There's some fruits.
Yeah, Pan's gonna avoid the meats and stick to the fruits. And
So yeah, there's fruits, vegetables, pretty much an assortment of almost anything that you guys could possibly want for breakfast, brunchish food.
Eridorn would take any of the meat that Pan doesn't.
You want mine too?
Of course.
Alright. I kind of slide him what was meat.
Eridorn can shovel meat. Just pack it in.
Wow.
That innuendo was not required. Just saying.
That went far left.
I think that went far right.
I think it went straight down, but that's just my opinion.
Well.
At least you didn't say straight up.
Anyway.
It is a decent breakfast.
Okay. I'm going to not talk to that one. I'm like, are you sure about this? Because once we start, we're stuck. You understand that, right?
I understand that, but I see far more use in this group than you, and I think they will be helpful later on.
Okay, but hypothetically, if they're not, we could drop them somewhere. Maybe off this tower, for example. They're small. They will fly, or at least they'll be aerodynamic.
I understand that you don't like them.
Well,
I think you should
her.
learn. I think you should learn to see past a person's outer traits.
How about their capabilities?
They seem quite capable.
Quite capable of making stupid decisions.
I mean, was throwing a plate at a cup at someone last night a smart decision?
It was an amusing one.
It was.
It was very amusing. I'm just saying.
everything that I've done has been amusing.
You almost killed the other one. You're about as useless as the other two.
As you guys say that, you hear a voice just go, you look over a few tables over, and you see a couple of mages, magically mending the plates and cups and, stacking them just one at a time.
I feel you should go apologize to them.
No. They are here for a reason. That's their job. They can get over it.
I'm gonna go over there and start playing my loot for them. My old loot.
Oh. They appreciate the little bit of music as they work.
I mean, all that thing does is play music, sometimes poorly. The other one has an axe, and I'm pretty sure it is going to break at any point in time. They're both small.
Did you see what Ian did to that axe, though? The masterwork on that.
Yes.
Hey, I did good for what I had.
I believe you, little one.
Okay, I'm just saying this is our one chance to ditch and run.
Kenshin, can you stop your whining?
All right, Miss Chris. I don't have time for you either. The only thing you're good at is shooting those little magic spells. That's about all you're good for, too. So I'm just gonna kind of roll my eyes at you. Well, this is what we're gonna do. Let's go and get started because I don't really have all day, and
Sounds
got a
like
headache.
somebody needs another crossbow in their shoulder.
Remember, Kenshin, together we are unbroken.
Oh, so clever. So clever.
I stand up and walk over to the booth or whatever it is that houses the
Yep.
troops.
Can you, how well can you write?
Right, quite well for Dragonborn.
There's a young woman. There's a couple people working back there, but the young woman who's working the desk as you approach, short black hair, vibrant blue eyes. You gather she seems short for a human, but tall for a halfling. Kind of somewhere in the middle. Not broad enough to be a dwarf. and no beard. So you're not quite sure kind of where she lies, but she does hop off of her chair and go, "Hi, I'm Jessa.
Hello, Jessa.
What's your name? You're one of the new people, right?"
Yes, I am Aragorn.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I tried to get some words in with you guys last night, but everyone was kind of hoarding your attention.
We did have a lot of fun last night.
And then there's that throwing of plates and cutlery, and as soon as people started actually throwing punches, I just kind of and then I saw like your friend over there headbutt a dwarf. And I could have told him that Yorkson is probably the hardest-headed person in the whole guild.
Hey, we ended up about even on that one.
You know what? You did. You really did. I gotta give you props for that. I haven't seen him kill over ever. Of course, I wouldn't try something that up close if he's wearing his spiky armor. You know, he likes to walk around asking people if they want a hug, and you just say no.
No, absolutely say yes. Say yes and hug them as hard as you can.
Don't listen to Kenshin.
I mean, it's great for acupuncture.
That's kind of the point. Let's make him full of holes.
Anyway, what can I do for you?
We would like to sign up as a troop.
Oh, you want to register?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Awesome! She dips underneath the desk and then comes back up, like, slams down a massive stack of just papers and informational pamphlets and guidelines, and says, "So, here's the the troop guidelines, manners of conduct, things you can and cannot do under your registered troop name." There's a lot of information to peruse through.
That is a lot of reading.
Where do we sign?
I would say you can. Most of this you can do in your own time, though. You do need to sign a few different waivers, and she like scoops a bunch of it off, and she's like, "Oh, I need like 4. Hold on," and she like poof, poof, poof. Like each of you gets your own like stack of just information. like really, all of you should probably read through. Poof. But then, like on the far end of the table, she lays out a set of simple set of forms, 3 or 4 each. One of them is like waivers, so in case of dismemberment, evisceration.
Oh yes, insurance.
I accept risks of all tasks that I take.
I assume that guild members face these risks on a regular.
Yes, but registered troops are the ones who tend to undertake the particularly dangerous guild requests. Winston can tell you more about some of those that we have posted. You guys will start off probably with just 1 or 2 star requests. Generally, he doesn't let a fresh troop take on more than what he thinks they can chew.
Right.
And then this last form here, and she puts one last one, is just your official declaration. You need to name your troop, and everyone needs to sign.
Name our troop?
Yeah, all the adventuring troops have names. The new ones, the other group that made it through, they registered as a full troop too. They called themselves the Blades of Justice.
What about the...
I thought it was a little on the nose, personally, but it has a nice ring to it.
What about the trio of capables and the 2 delinquents?
No.
That's
no.
too many characters. It is limited.
It's got a character.
What?
You are a delinquent by definition.
I
You
think
look like
you
one
have
too.
as much as
Their guild
one this
name must
is.
include at least 2 capital letters. But only basic characters, nothing
Well.
fancy or special.
We have been unbroken through these ventures. We are the Unbroken Ventures.
You can name whatever you want. I don't care.
Hey guys, I just had a great idea.
No, you didn't.
How about we call our troop the Unbroken Ventures?
I like it, Pan.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're so original. I don't know where you ever could possibly come up with that.
Oh, it hurts to laugh.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be drinking all night.
He didn't drink all night. He had like one thing and then he died.
I
So,
had a few.
you guys officially register as the Unbroken Ventures.
We're UV.
You are UV
We are.
of.
Of
You are of the guild.
Of the guild.
So, Unbroken Ventures. As Winston approaches you guys, as the last of you is signing your name on the paper, claps a hand on Eridorn's shoulder and says, I see you guys decided to register after all.
Yes, we did.
Sorry I couldn't join you for your brunch over there. I was busy cleaning up someone's mess.
Look, you're.
I feel
Hey,
you should apologize.
Don't even worry about it. It was bound to happen last night anyway. Definitely not the first one. Look, let me be honest. A party without something like that going on ain't much of a party worth having.
That seems to be the general sentiment around here.
Look, we're a rowdy bunch of adventurers, right? Even me, the barkeep, even the administrations, we're all out there, to have our adventures, tell our stories, have a good time. We ain't worried about having a boring old drink sitting around in a dungy bar.
So, what kind of guild quests are currently pending that we can undertake?
Well, for a fresh troop such as yourself, there's 2 official requests that might fit your needs.
You might need to refix my camera. I just had to turn it off real quick.
Oh no, you were
Oh,
super
narrow.
tiny.
You're the tiniest.
He is a window within a window.
He is.
He is.
He's
Within a window.
Yes. Well, 3 windows.
There we go. Fixed.
Make Jesse big.
Sorry.
You're good.
Makes he big again.
That's now your slogan.
Yay! I can see your full face. And your forehead. It's a very nice
So.
forehead.
There's a lot of it.
There is. I like to look at it. It reflects very well.
So he tells you that there's a couple of interesting ones. So Lady Sulfrid Tond, she's the first noble of Feywind. She's issued a formal request for us to fund an expedition into the Cathinian ruins up in the Daggertooth Mountains to the north, a little bit off to the west, but mostly north. Those ruins have been sealed for a long time, but there have long since been rumors that, before the fall of the Sverfnebelin dynasty, which once ruled under that mountain, the city held many wondrous technological creations and constructs. Lady Tond's looking for a strong group of adventurers to look for, find, and recover any partial or intact schematics for research purposes.
Last night we heard rumors of a Red Dragon clan. Were they in that area?
There is a clan up in that area. A little south there, a little southwest of there, but yeah. Headed up through there. You actually might run into them on your way up there, depending on how you decide to go up.
So if we took that one, we could investigate that rumor while we were on our way.
What does it pay?
Well, the Lady Sulfrid Tond is offering a decent sum. She's specifically looking for some. There were some schematics that talked about a great gateway. She was hoping that maybe if some of the schematics were intact, she could use it to help. Her family's long been into old technologies and magics that has greatly helped the people of the Empire. She says that the rumors about this gateway have said that it can revolutionize travel between the cities. She's offering 2,500 gold pieces upon the return of an intact or even a partial schematic
It's 500
regarding the
pieces.
construction of this.
500 pieces each, assuming we don't pay that one. We might even
Well,
pay more.
and it's not just that too. She's interested in any archaeological finds you might find down there. So any other schematics or interesting artifacts that you can return intact, she's willing to negotiate price upon return on top of those as well. So honestly, she's got pretty deep pockets. If I were to say anything, I mean that one
Very lucrative.
very lucrative if you go through with it. And plus, those ruins honestly have been sealed for a long, like since the fall of that dynasty. Many looters don't make it in and out of those ones. It's not exactly a walk in, walk out scenario. I can't tell you exactly what dangers you might find down there, but sure you it ain't going to be no walk in the park.
So what's the other one?
Well, the other one was issued by, the senior Topfoot, the owner operator of Topfoot Trading Coalition. It seems that some interest has been taken in their trading caravans headed up from the kingdoms down to the south. Some of their import caravans have been getting raided. The reports are kind of off kilter though, because it seems the caravans are being massacred by like wild beasts. But considering these wild beasts are like overtaking their trained escorts, something's not quite right, and so he's reached out to the guild for some assistance in that area.
How far away is that?
Oh, that one's much further than the other. It's far down to the south of the Empire, down near Linden.
I don't particularly want to travel a great distance since we just got started.
Can we take both?
Unfortunately, you can't. You can only officially register for one quest at a time.
I say we do the other one and we investigate the Dragonborn because it's 2 for 1.
I have more interest in that one, as even if they are not my
So we can
clan.
get back here sooner.
I can, if you guys wanted to investigate those rumors, I can link them into your declaration if you wanted me to.
Yeah, do y'all have any objections?
No.
I'm too distracted to answer.
Well, I wasn't really even asking you. I was more asking just her. You're not really relevant. So,
Oh, are you still playing music for the...
Like, y'all just went over there and handed me the paper and I signed it.
she probably didn't even sign it right. She probably signed it on the wrong line.
Probably, I'll be honest.
So, if we're all in agreement, let's do that one.
I agree.
Well, all right.
Go-
Seems you guys are going to be headed up to the sealed ruins of Cathenian.
But make sure you put in the Dragonborn there too, please, so we can look at whatever's going on.
Of course, I'll link in investigation en route. Well, officially declared. Give me a moment. He heads off back behind the bar, and you see he's kind of got like a separate little desk on the far end of it. You hear the clattering of coin as he's counting something out, and he comes back over to you and he hands you a pouch. He hands it out to Eridorn. 500 gold pieces. And he says, the lady did provide a advance in case you needed to procure any provisions necessary for the mission.
Is there an alchemy shop in town we could look for potions?
Oh, of course. Of course. If you were to head on down to the weed ward down to the southeast of the city, you can find yourself there's herbalists and all kinds down there, really.
I would start dividing up the gold into 100 and give each of us 100 gold.
Yay! I gotta remember how to add that on Roll or D&D Rocks. I don't remember at all.
Go to your inventory and you
Okay.
click on the gold
And
or
so-
on the currency.
And it's
right
100?
there.
Yep.
So we
So
add
you're
100.
getting 100 gold?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna look at Dana. I'm like, don't you still have those gems that you picked up that are worth something? Somewhere?
You did say you wanted to go and find some armor. Those gems might come in handy for that.
I have that pouch that, I recovered from our comrade.
Former comrade, because he's dead.
That was a little insensitive, Kenshin, but alright.
I mean, he's not here. He died. He's dead.
Well, I will go and try and find this alchemy shop. See if I can get us some potions.
Okay. So we're about to take a shopping trip?
Yep.
Alright, so I don't like long RP shopping trips. So, let's just go around the table. Eridorn, what are you shopping for?
Health potions specifically.
Health potions specifically. Okay.
So on that leather armor, does that add an increase? This studded one, you found was like 50 gold.
Yeah, according to official, it was like 45 or something like that.
Yeah, but
Alright,
how much
so,
does it increase your AC any?
By yours, by one.
By one?
Yeah.
And if I get the other one, the breastplate, that'd be an additional one on top of that? When I can afford it.
Yeah.
So I go up to 16 AC.
Oh, well, 15, I believe, would be your base AC at that point.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I got that armor, the studded leather armor, and then the breastplate, I go up 2 points total.
Yeah.
So okay.
Okay, so at the apothecary shop, currently they have 3 regular potions of healing available, 3 greater healing potions available, and 2 superior healing potions available.
How much are the regular potions?
50 each.
50 gold.
Okay.
God bless.
I would buy all 3 of those. How much are the greater?
125 apiece.
God. We are broke, dude. We don't have that kind of money.
Let's see. Let me do some math.
Can everyone count past 5?
50. Yes. Nope, I don't have enough for one. So I'll just take the 3 regular.
Okay.
I can put in if you wanted to buy a greater.
Go half and half on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's 62 gold, 5 silver each. Kinchin, are you shopping for anything?
And what is the armor again?
Studded leather.
Yeah. Is there any studded leather armor?
Yep, you can definitely find some studded leather armor.
Okay.
That's easy enough. There is an armor. You ask around, and there's a couple of different armors, but you're pointed to a particular person who everyone keeps saying is the best leather worker in town.
I don't see that in like D&D Beyond.
It's just studded leather. The guy sizes you up, says he's got something that'll work, he just needs to make a few adjustments to make it fit properly.
Oh, that's what I have on
So
this.
okay, need to go to manage inventory.
Okay. And then what?
Scroll up a bit,
There's a search bar.
and then
Oh.
in the search bar you can put studded leather.
Oh, okay. So it'd be that one, I assume?
Yes.
What is smoldering studded?
That's nothing
Magic.
that you get to have access to.
Why not?
Anything
Because-
that's not just a white is a magic item.
Yes.
Okay.
So, studded leather armor. Make a persuasion check for me real quick.
Oh, that's. I don't even know what my persuasion is. I know on this one it's not high. I guess I should scroll down, huh?
Yeah.
Oops, that's the wrong one. Oh, that's not bad. It's better than what I thought it was. Nope, it is not. That'd be a 5 altogether.
A 5. So then you get his full markup, which is going to be a total of 50 gold pieces for the set.
I will take it.
Okay.
And I'll add it. to-
You're there for about an hour and a half while he takes all your measurements, makes a few adjustments to the set.
Okay, you said 50 gold, right?
Mhm.
So-
He also fits it appropriately to you so that you can still wear your colors over it
Okay.
comfortably.
I will tip him an extra 5 gold.
Oh, he accepts it wonderfully. He says, he's a short dwarf, younger than you expected for the raving reviews you got on the way over here.
Well, since he did such a fantastic job fitting me and getting it so expediently, that's why I get 605 gold.
Wonderful.
So.
Dana, what were you shopping for?
I also wanted studded leather. How much is it?
So, unfortunately, you found your way to the same shop that Kenshin did.
Ah,
As you see
fantastic.
him finishing getting fitted, I want you to go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, yours is. What? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, woohoo, my AC did go up.
17.
17?
Wow!
I have a +8.
Yeah.
I'm-
God!
I'm highly charismatic.
Hey, at least
Kenshin,
mine-
her talented words, you actually hear the dwarf blush a little bit in his voice as you're headed on out. And he's like, oh, I mean, I guess for pretty thing like you, I can probably do it a little bit.
I also wear my
Cheaper.
family's crest on my cloak.
It's unfortunately an unfamiliar quest,
Aw.
but your persuasion check means that you actually gain a discount.
Of course.
So it only cost you 42 gold pieces. For this similar treatment, he measures you, gets a set fitting very well, and you now have a set of studded leather armor.
Can I sell my regular leather armor? Will he take it?
Sure.
I didn't even think to ask that.
well, oh well.
Does he want it?
He would for sure take it. He will pay you 5 gold pieces
Alright.
for it.
So, you want just
We can take that out. He'll take that off the cost, so you owe him
words?
37 gold pieces. So.
37. Alright. I'll also tip him 5 gold though.
Oh,
So he can just have the whole 42. He can have it. He can just have the leather armor.
thank you. I appreciate that so much. Please be sure to come back for any needs that you may have.
Absolutely. Thank you, kind sir.
Hey, at least my AC's a little higher.
You also noticed that for yours, Dana, he had also quick fashioned some easy carry straps on the back so that you can kind of like clip in your staff
Yes,
if you want
that's what I wanted. That's awesome. That's awesome.
to. Any shopping for
Half
the
plate
bard?
armor.
Half plate.
You're not
Is
going
that-
to afford that.
Can you wear half
I don't
plate?
think you can.
As a bard,
As a bard, half plate.
Isn't that a little heavy?
it is medium armor.
Is it?
It is. It is considered
It
medium armor.
is considered medium armor.
Way out of your price range.
It doesn't have a strength requirement. So you do find your way to a blacksmith.
What's your AC now?
This one's an orc.
Pull it on.
He kind of looks you up and down and goes, I mean, I can get you a set. You afford it?
Depends on how much.
Make a persuasion check as you guys try to barter back and forth.
20.
20?
Your natural. No,
Dirty.
was it dirty?
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Oh.
20? He goes, I could probably do it for 675 gold pieces.
Nope.
14.
I want to cast Suggest on him.
You're going to cast a spell?
Yeah, on him.
Oh no!
Oh God!
They're being cast upon.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
What is your suggestion?
Oh no! We're about to have to fight.
No,
You guys aren't
she's
there.
about to
She is by herself in
Oh,
the blacksmith
shit.
while y'all are shopping.
I'm sure you could go a bit lower. Because my price range is, let's see, is about 240, 249.
Okay, but what is your suggestion?
Yeah, I'm suggesting that he pulls it down to 249.
What kind of a save is that?
That's a good question.
Oh my! Well, rip. We just lost a party member.
It's probably wisdom or charisma.
14 wisdom.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Natural 18.
Ah.
Oh my gosh!
That is
And
not.
he knows that you tried to
And he
influence him more
knows.
keenly. So As you cast suggestion, he feels the influence try to cross his mind, and you just see him narrow his gaze to meet yours.
You know what? Have a
And he just
wonderful-
marches forth. He says, "Get out."
Bye. And just scamper off.
Oh no!
Could have ended much worse.
It could have been way worse.
It could have.
I do want to. One more, please.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go find a jeweler.
Okay.
I want to ask the jeweler a couple of questions. You said my family was into jeweling, right? Trading?
Into the trade, yeah. They dealt with. So your family did a lot of different trades. Jewels was amongst them, mostly
Okay.
transport.
Transport, okay.
Yeah.
Did Amon's family
Amon's family was specialized in gyms.
Okay.
Gems, yeah.
But
Jewelry.
they weren't. His family wasn't just the transport and trade of them. Like they
Where's my stuff?
were appraisal, cutting, jewelers, like the whole from beginning to end.
Okay. First I want to ask the jeweler if they know anything about Amon's gold locket in the family.
So jeweler looks over
Well,
the
how are you
locket.
phrasing that exactly? Because there's a different name on the locket. Amon is not on that locket.
Yeah.
Isn't it his family name though?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking about the family name.
It has his first name and the family name.
Yeah.
I'm just asking about the family name specifically.
So the jeweler knows that. The jeweler says, "Yeah, this family is known for very high quality work. Very pricey. I've only got one or two pieces in the shop here."
One or two pieces, can you show me?
Sure. Walks you over to like the very heavily reinforced cases, and she produces a immaculate sapphire necklace and a bracelet that's made of a metal that you're not sure what it is, because as it rotates in the light, different colors dance across its band.
May I hold these? I won't take them, I just want to hold them.
Generally, we require even a deposit
To
for
touch them.
these. Yes. You have to understand, both of these are valued well over 10,000 gold. The necklace is somewhere in the ballpark of around 17. The bracelet probably 14.
Can I hold the case up slightly closer to my face?
She's taking them up out of the case.
Okay.
So it's only.
So I can look at them.
You can look at
Okay.
them, yeah. But just no picking up or touching. She's gonna leave them like on the display stand that she's produced for you.
I don't recognize the metal.
No,
Okay.
you don't.
Okay. Alright, thank you for showing me these pieces. Do you happen to know anything about this, the first name on this locket? Or any rumors, possibly,
Apparently she
anything.
does. She goes,
Apparently.
well, I mean, the name sounds vaguely familiar. I know several years ago the family suffered a tragedy when one of their, when the youngest of the sons was lost at sea.
Oh. Lost at sea.
The name seems familiar. It could have been him.
Alright.
If it is him, that makes this locket an incredible find, actually.
Well, it was a dear friend of mine's, and Dana loses her words, and she just puts the locket up, and she brings out the pouch of gems that she had gathered from Amon when he died, and she was like, "Here, I'd like to try and sell these to you."
Oh, of course. Here. She puts the expensive pieces away,
Yeah.
locks the case,
That's fine.
takes you back over to the other side of the store where she's got some equipment set up for appraisal. She's like, do you mind if I just...
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. She inspects the gems. How much were the gems worth?
They were worth $250.
$250? Make a persuasion check, please.
Yeah. Use that charisma modifier.
What?
I rolled a natural 1.
Natural 1?
I did!
So, unfortunately, you're not going to reduce her need to make a profit off of these. So,
I don't really need that much
she'll
gold,
offer you 225.
That's fine. I'll take it. I don't really...
Okay.
I've got quite a bit on me.
But that's fine. She will happily trade you, buy those gems off of you.
Okay. I'm very grateful you showed me those pieces. Do you happen to know what that metal is that the bracelet was made out of?
It's a very special little bit. It's actually imported from the far south of Valerian. Very hard to get a hold of. Ethereum.
Ethereum
is the name.
Oops, that was an accident.
Ethereum. That's a very interesting metal there.
It is has many fine properties to it. Honestly, it's very rarely used in jewelry. That's what makes that particular band so special. Not every crafter can use it.
Who crafted this? Do you know?
That family.
The family crafted it.
I can't tell you who the specific crafter was. There's many talented hands.
Right. Okay.
But I can tell you that from the how intricate both of those two pieces that I showed you are.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
They were definitely crafted by house members.
Okay.
For certain.
All right. Well, thank you.
Of course.
And with that, Dana goes and she meets up with the others.
Does Pan have any shopping he needs to do?
You said 225 gold. Jesse, you there?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm muted. Pan has no shopping to do.
He has no
Pan
shopping
went
to
with
do.
Eridor. No, Pan went with Eridor and he spotted them some gold.
Okay.
We went half and half.
On our way back to the guild hall, Eridorn would hand you one of the regular healing potions.
Okay.
Damn, I got a lot of gold. Because I still had months gold when he died.
I'm assuming Pan and I would get back
that's
to
like
the guild hold before.
Yes. So Pan and Eridorn definitely arrive back first.
Is there like a training ground?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Eridorn would take his new shield and start going through defensive maneuvers with it to get its weight and
So
balance.
it's interesting. The way the shield moves with you, at the moments when you need it to, it seems to get heavier and lighter. Whenever you require some heavier forward balance as you present it, its weight grows and helps you plant your foot more firmly. But at moments when you need to swing and make a maneuver, its weight almost disappears and it flows as if it's just your arm moving through the wind.
Cool.
It takes but a few maneuvers before this shield feels like it's a part of you.
And he would stay training like that until they came back.
Okay.
Pan would ask if he wanted to test his shield against my axe.
Actually, I will say that Celine probably made it back before you did. She made a quick exit out of that blacksmith shop.
I opted out, so I'm just sitting there playing my instrument.
Ah, Celine, did you find any treasures on your journey through the city?
No, nobody had anything that I was looking for.
I see.
Eridorn, did you
Yep.
see a bookstore?
Actually, what's your passive insight, Eridorn?
My passive insight
Yeah.
is only a 9.
Only 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thought I was found out for a
My
moment.
oh wait, no, passive insight. Sorry, that's investigate. Passive insight is 14.
14? Make a deception check.
12.
A what?
A deception check.
How dare you make me do something?
Sorry, passive investigation is a 9.
8? You get the sense that that's not really the whole story.
Eridorn, being
And
the
also gets this.
kind dragonborn that he is,
God.
would just smile and nod. Interesting.
Oh no, Pan's like, so what really happened?
I just kind of like look at him for a moment, try and find out if he like actually saw it through or if he was like bullshitting me.
I am staring into her eyes.
He's got a decent insight, so
Oh, shit.
he would have seen through your 8.
I'm sure anybody would have.
I'll tell you during dinner. How about that?
Okay. And then he just walks away. Skips away.
Eventually, Kenshin makes his way back, and then Dana last. Both sporting brand new sets of studded leather armor. For whatever reason, Kenshin, Dana's has a few extra little like details that stand out against yours.
As Kenshin walks up, Aragorn would say, "Kenshin, think fast!" and throw one of the potions of healing at him.
Do I catch it? I hope I
Yeah,
catch
no,
it.
we're gonna say that you catch a potion of healing because otherwise that's 50 gold pieces shattered across the ground.
That would suck.
I'm not gonna make you waste a potion.
I'll grab it, hand it, look at him, nod, and put it in my pack. It's a regular potion, right?
Yeah. And Dana, this one is for you. And I give her the greater healing potion.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay.
You use it when you feel it is
You can
necessary.
add a greater potion of healing to your inventory. And remember our house rule on those guys. If you take an action to drink the potion, you get the full healing. If you use it as a bonus action, you have to roll for it.
And what does the potion of healing do as far as...
2d4 plus 2.
So 8, or total of 10.
That
If
works
you-
well with my second wind if I need it.
Wait. Stop.
Could I use action surge and use that? That's probably what I'll do.
Fudge. Forget where those go.
Yep, action surge isn't like flurry of blows or something like that. Action surge lets you take a full action. So,
I'm excited.
after you finish a few maneuvers, Kenshin might twiddle his blade through the air a few more times.
Sorry, I'm having issues with my brace. It's not wanting to fix right on me.
And not wanting to be comfortable.
I don't even see him on the stream anymore. It's
Yeah,
black.
he's gone.
Yeah, I covered my camera because I'm trying to adjust this brace and get it
Yeah.
how I need it.
So we can't look at
You're good.
your amazing body on camera?
We might get reported for nudity.
We
Right?
might get reported for sexiness too. You never know.
Reported for sexy.
That's true. They're too sexy.
Jesse, get an inflatable pool and.
I thought she was going to say an inflatable dildo.
What? You're gonna
What?
get us banned.
Oh,
No, I won't get his back.
No, I won't get his banned. There are so many worse things I could say.
At any rate. About what time is it now?
So by the time everybody else gathers back together and you guys finally make your way back to, I guess, the guild halls where you're going to finish meeting back up, it's getting close to dinner time, probably 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They've switched, like, you smell roasts coming from the kitchens. The dark ales have come back up onto the stands. Winston seems to be putting the final touches on the freshly repaired cutlery.
Should we get going?
Well, I think we should stay one more night here.
We should
and
go
leave
in the morning.
Make sure we're fully rested. Make sure we're ready for whatever we're going to get ourselves into.
We're already ready. I mean, that one's not, but the rest of us are.
I'm just still playing with my instrument.
Oh, yes.
Which you're playing beautifully, by the way.
Thank you.
No, she's not.
Ryan, roll me a d20.
Oh, shit.
11?
As you guys are eating dinner, the Dragonborn, Jotun, that you were talking to the night before, comes and joins you at the table. Sits down and goes, so I heard you guys declared your first quest.
That we did, my friend.
Headed up to those sealed rooms to the north, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I also saw that you guys were going to be doing some investigations up that way also on your way.
Yes.
Uh,
Do you know anything about that clan?
I know a little bit. See, me and my troop, we passed near there not too long ago. The forest had a weird blight on it in some strange places. I don't know, something strange just kind of hung in the air, and the trees were sick. almost. I guess we spent a night too close there, and well, one of my traveling companions, he started acting a little bit off.
Off in terms of what?
Just strange behavior. The further we got from the forest, the more time we spent out of that area, he got better, but it seemed like, I don't know, it's like he, I don't want to say he kind of went crazy, but he was just, his mind was addled.
So
I don't
if
know.
we go that way, we should prepare our minds for whatever we're to face.
I just want to say be careful in that area. If that's what you're going through, we didn't actually come across any of the clan members up there, but if their clan home is dead in the middle of that, I don't know how they might be faring, honestly.
Tell me, Jotun, is there a way to get messages to people around here?
We've got people here who can send messages for you, both magically or just, sent out by written word.
I need to send a message to my clan druids. They may know of something in that area, but we will definitely be investigating.
Well, let's see. Trini, he calls over, and redheaded half elf, in a robe with the midriff showing, and genie leggings going on, flips her head around, her long ponytail just kind of whips around and hits her in the face, and she herself, she goes, "What? Hey, can you send messages today?" She goes, "Yeah, I can send a few. Why?" Waves her over. If you tell her enough detail about the person you want to send a message to, she's reasonably certain she can get one through.
To my grandmother.
Okay.
I would,
name, physical description,
right.
all that good stuff. She goes, "Okay, let me write down what you want sent. So what's the message you're trying to send?" Before you start talking, let me get a notepad out so that I can know what you're going to send. Okay.
Honored grandmother, we are investigating a rumor.
She also tells you that you're limited to 25 words.
Okay. We are investigating rumors of Dragon Clan held by a blight. Any guidance would be appreciated.
Trini holds up this piece of wire in her hand that she curls around her fingers, and she whispers into it, and you see waves coming off that are almost they almost have that prismatic effect as it distorts the light within, and you just see them disapparating into the atmosphere. She finishes, she waits for a moment, and then her eyes roll back, and then it comes back, and she goes, "Your grandmother is pleased to hear that you're doing well. She says there's no blight near where you guys are at the moment, or where your clan resides. She asks if you know more about where."
Northwest into the mountains mountains.
Daggertooth Mountains.
Into the Daggertooth Mountains. The whole forest there seems blighted and strange.
She sends off one more message. Eyes roll back. Let's see if your grandmother knows anything, Joe. She comes back and like shakes her head. She goes, "Okay, that's the last one of those I can do for today." But she did say that there was a story a long time ago about to the far west of the mountains, a ancient mad drake was sealed there, but its essence still sometimes leaches out. There was a clan of Dragonborn whose sole purpose was to keep that, essentially to keep the tomb, to make sure that the madness stayed sealed from the rest of the world. She said it was called the Netherblight.
The Netherblight. What was this person's name again?
Trini.
Trini.
Yes. Trini. So he says Trini.
Trinity would have been cooler.
No, Trini.
Trinity.
Matake would have been all over that.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, she's not short enough for his type.
Okay.
Thank you.
Plus, you don't have the great armored bear wingman. Or wolf. Sorry, dire wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Trini, for your assistance.
Oh, of course. Sorry I can't say any more. I just
That is okay.
did a lot of training today. I'm a little
Tonight
taxed.
I will write a full letter and send it through more normal means.
Okay. Well. Hey, I guess since we're all here, do you guys want to have dinner together?
Of course.
Cool. She waves over the other two members, one a halfling with wielding a couple of daggers. And there's one who's a tabaxi, leopard, like basically leopard print, but instead of yellow, it's a light blue against black and white, almost like snow leopardish.
Cool.
Who's wearing a hooded robe. And you guys enjoy an evening together. They're telling you a little bit about the last job they took. They were fighting some kind of creature, a giant serpent creature that was parading around in the lake right there in the middle of the Empire, causing a lot of problems for the trade routes that were heading across the lake. And so they took on the quest to go and dispatch it. Trini's she's like, I thought it was interesting because I was able to magically like pick the thing up entirely out of the water, but it had swallowed Jotun here. He's like, yeah, but I finished it when I cut out of its belly now, didn't I?
Oh, is this the dwarf that I headbutted?
No.
This is the Dragonborn that I was
said-
speaking with.
I heard Jotun. I thought that name sounded. I thought I heard that name earlier.
Well, you did. Whenever he was talking to Eridorn.
Okay, right. Sorry.
Before we retire for the evening, Eridorn would take Jotun aside and just, if you were ever in the area of Clan Frat, if I can remember how to pronounce my own name, Frat Offnath, tell them that you are a friend of Tree Speaker. They will welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, sure. Of course. Appreciate that. Go ahead and make a insight check for me, actually.
Insights.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's an 8.
It's fine. His deception check was a 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
Oh, whispers.
No.
Whispers.
Into the ear. It's gonna be sweet nothings.
Yep.
Sweet nothings.
Poopy ghosts.
Your team whisper like a typed Discord message.
Okay. After saying
Those are my
saying that, I would just
I bought those because
put my hand out as a handshake,
He grasps your forearm.
and I'd
The,
say,
Guild seal to guild seal.
"You are not alone, brother." And then I'd return.
No, you done?
Yep.
Everything good?
Oh yes.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
A very intimate moment there. Do you need to take some more time?
No, we're all good here.
Bunk together? I can give up my spot tonight.
No,
You sure?
lost it.
Okay. Well, as long as you're good.
Anybody wish to do anything this evening before bedding down?
I found information about him on.
Oh really?
The Jewel Keeper
What are you
told
doing?
me. The Jewel Keeper told me that she heard about their youngest, the family name. She mentioned something about their youngest child had fallen into the sea. Thought it was interesting.
Now he's fallen, so it's ironic.
He did have gills.
Did you see him?
Nobody saw my gills.
You were sleeping under the water.
Yeah, you actually took a
This is true.
whole nap under the water.
Yeah.
So we know.
Full 8 hours sleep.
So that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I think Eridorn saw you like jump out of the water.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
And you even jumped into blood and swam in it with no issue.
I did
so.
see you do that.
No, there were issues there.
There
There
were
were
issues.
issues.
There were issues there.
Yeah.
There were issues there.
So we
But
knew that
I
already.
just wanted to let you guys know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
So,
guess we'll
Who's
keep.
him on?
None of your business.
He was a dear friend of
He was
ours.
a good friend of ours.
He was somebody that was way more capable than you are.
And he, I failed him, Pan. I
No,
failed him.
that's
We
not
all
entirely true. We had another party member who we're going to name, the Bard, that, was in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and she failed him too.
It was all of our faults, Kenshin.
And with that, I get up and I start heading to my room.
Just stomp off.
Yeah.
Well, loudly, click, click, click.
Yeah, you like.
Clop, clop, clop.
Well,
It's hard not to laugh, even though we know you're angry.
Yeah.
Alright, that's it. That's all I got.
Alright. Fast forward to the next morning. Because you guys don't need to take another long rest because we didn't expend any resources.
she did.
Wow, she
That's
tried to
right,
cast
you can
a
take a
spell.
long rest. Because you used your spell slot.
Because she used a spell slot, she absolutely did.
Spell.
She did. She's lucky I rolled what I rolled, otherwise that would have gone very differently.
I would have been okay with that. I am
So did you
expecting-
tell me over dinner?
Yeah, but I like kind of told you off to the side, away from everyone.
Okay. Pan just laughs.
By trying to like seem it more like I was the one who like scared him off.
So she absolutely lied again.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know. I didn't care either. I'm just saying it's a trend.
Make a deception check.
Oh shit.
His,
Stop it.
his insight is fairly good, so.
Well, my character doesn't know
It's
shit.
not about that. We're just not great.
My insight's fantastic.
19.
That's good.
Oh.
If you want to, you can make an insight check against that pan, or you can just believe her.
I'll make one just because I won't make it. Yeah, it's a 1.
Wow.
Wow! You believe her!
That.
You believe her wholeheartedly that she flipped that situation on its head.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happened in the middle there, but you did what you did. But that was cool.
Thanks.
Okay.
Next morning finds you at a reasonable hour, greeted by a wonderfully arranged continental breakfast in the guild hall.
No more destroying pillows.
Yes, mother.
Can we head out? I'm tired of this place.
Eridorn would pile a plate full of bacon and ham and
You're gonna die
Sausage.
of a heart attack. A
And-
miserable heart attack.
Pan will scoop off his bacon and ham to Eridorn.
Well, we already know how you take the meat, so.
ah.
Trying to like hide a pillow under my shirt.
Sure. And so you guys, nothing else to do this morning? You just want to head on out?
Yes.
Okay. So you press on, heading to there's actually a gate to the northern end of the city. Weaves through a little bit of the farmland. As you can make your way up into the Daggertooth Mountains.
Alright.
Winston was able to give you a rough description of where you want to head. Easy enough to follow the path for the first few days, but your journey is probably going to take you the better part of 2 weeks
Oh wow.
to get there.
That was a close journey.
That one was the close journey. The Empire is a large place, and you guys didn't purchase horses or anything like that. So
Yeah, I thought about that, but we were like, let's go.
I mean, I'm broke, so.
So,
I mean, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere else, so.
can I get... I already asked Eridon to do one. Kenshin, roll me a d20.
Oh no.
3.
3.
Unfortunately, the first few days of your travel are marred by thunderstorms. The past few days have been beautifully and clear, but some of the fall storms are rolling in. As you're passing through the rolling foothills and getting into the first part of the actual mountains, the rainfall does mud in the path.
I was like, what is that?
One of my cats making noise.
That is his cat.
His cat.
Speaking through Discord. I'm like, I was very concerned.
Hey Ryan, do you mind bringing Cisco in real quick? That was probably him barking. Saying
It
hello
was.
then. It does slow your pace a little bit first couple of days because it does muddy the ground in the path. Not too terribly bad, though it's not nearly as enjoyable as a trip as it could have been. Dana, for the next few days of this, go ahead and roll me a d20.
14.
14. The next few days find you storms clearing up slightly. Still gray skied, though it doesn't matter quite as much if you actually get into the denser forested areas of the mountains. And now you see that most of these mountains these mountains are very sheer. And most of them head into a very steep point near their summit.
Are they baby mountains?
They are not. The ones
Why
here.
are they so pointy?
So you
These
get.
are some fucking mountains.
You're starting to get the idea of why they're called Daggertooth. Each of them kind of resembles like a sharpened canine tooth,
Oh yeah.
just jutting up out of the ground.
Generally, younger mountains are pointy.
Not here. These are old mountains. These are large mountains. Hey, fantasy worlds don't have to
Right.
follow standard geography.
It's called
man.
magic.
This
So
is
have I
also
found
a
any
flat
herbs
world.
along the
so-
way?
Yeah, we're on a
True.
disc.
There are several
That
herbs.
is true.
Herbs, flowers, random
I'm
things.
gonna take them.
Okay. Harvesting random herbs. Make a survival check.
Survival?
Yep.
Cool.
Any
Sorry,
particular
my
reason why you're
science
harvesting
brain was
herbs?
confused.
16.
Okay. Why are you harvesting herbs? Any particular reason?
To learn how to craft health potions for advanced.
Do you have an alchemist kit?
No.
Things you forgot to
so.
purchase.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean I can't pick it up later. Nope, I do not.
Okay, well you have the herbs.
Alright.
That's
good enough for me.
We'll say you have enough herbs. Let's say that with that, you said a 16?
Yes.
So you have 16 ounces of forest herbs. You're not sure how long they'll stay usable, but you got them. You do find yourselves getting into the denser parts of the forestation between these mountains. And it seems all of the space between these mountains is very densely populated with these tall timbers that are growing weirdly close together.
What kind of trees do they look like?
The tree kind,
Are they skinny trees? Are they big trees?
they're definitely conical trees.
Do they look like pine trees?
Yeah, pine
Alright.
fish.
So they skinny and tall and piney.
Yeah, for the
Alright.
most part, there's a few.
I like that
there's a
description.
little bit of variation in there every now and then, but mostly that's what you got. To me, they're just trees. Sorry, I'm not a botanist.
What can you do?
They're fir trees. I don't know what a fir tree looks like. but
Coniferous
that's-
trees?
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
FIR, not FURR.
It is nice in this area though,
Fir.
because
And
the
FER.
the dense tree cover seems to block out a lot of the wind. So the chilled winds that was coming in from the storms doesn't berate you as much, and you find decent
that's
travel
good.
for the better part of 3 or 4 days along this path. You come to where you were told that you should probably start heading a little west now, at a fork in the road, before you make your next few days going on.
Is there anything to hunt?
Roll me. Say what?
Is there anything to hunt?
There's various wildlife if you wanted to try to hunt some.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make a survival check. Bree, go ahead and roll me a d20 for the next little part of this venture.
Got an
I gotta
11.
figure out what my
11.
survival is. It's not too bad.
Listen, if you want a low roll and something to happen, just ask me. Okay?
So my survival is a 15.
15?
Hmm?
There's plenty of small game. You can easily catch several rabbits.
I'm just hunting periodically, so we have food as
Yeah.
we're going.
Sure.
need a trap.
I mean, one of you took plenty of rations worth of bacon and sausage.
I also can use my mess kit to make tasty meat.
So, you guys are pretty well cared for, but you do get to enjoy fresh meats whenever Kitchen is
and-
able to capture something.
Yeah, Pan won't stick to the berries. And
Yep. There's plenty to forage. No, Pan is very well aware of what he can and cannot eat. He's been a forager his whole life. So 11, right? Okay. You find yourselves several days into this journey, a little bit more than halfway. Middle of one day as you're passing through, the skies do darken overhead, and you hear a rustle in the forest off to the west a little bit. It sounds like scratching against tree bark. I want everyone to make me a perception check.
Oh, mine is actually not terrible. I say that. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, that's actually good.
4.
17.
17. Pan?
15.
I forgot what my thing was. 23.
20.
All right then. 15.
15. So everyone but Aradorn
Of course.
also picks up.
He's too busy stuffing his face with bacon.
He is, also picks up. It sounds like someone muttering to themselves.
What is that? As I turn to Aradorn.
What is what?
You don't hear that?
I just kind of shot in that direction, like, who goes there?
Oh, good. That just
The
completely
scratching
ruins.
stops. Goes. You hear? Where? Who's that? Did you hear something? I didn't hear something. Did you hear something?
You're an idiot. You're not supposed to give away our location.
What's going on?
Pull out my loot. I just get ready to thunderclap.
As I kind of,
You hear the scratching beak start again and go more furiously.
everybody, I stand up and clutch my pendant, and my eyes glow with my divine sense. So any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, I would be able to sense.
Celestial, fiend, or undead? Within how far?
60 feet.
Okay, for how long?
It
That's
says
just
as an action
Okay.
until the end of your next turn.
Gotcha.
So
So briefly, you don't sense anything. You just hear the scratching on fiercely. No, they're gonna take it from us. They're gonna take it from us. Shh, 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 shh. Quick,
I would start walking in the direction of the sound.
Same, but I would pull my katana out and have it ready.
Are you stealthy about it?
Yeah, well, as stealthy as I can be.
Okay.
Same here.
Make stealth checks.
I will also try to be stealthy.
Anyone else following with them?
Pen will cower behind Eridor.
Wow!
Eridorn's a giant hunk of metal.
That's a
Chunk it.
disadvantage, and I rolled 2 nat ones.
Just to make this more interesting,
Fuck you.
I also rolled a nat 1.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
You guys are terrible.
We are.
Nothing quite. So you guys see as they try and like sneak through the forest, Eridorn like steps on every stick possible, slams into a
Pen is
tree
attached
trunk.
to his leg. He's going.
Kenshin's like,
shaking.
damn it, stop, shh, be quiet. Like, and every time he swings around, his sheath smacks into a branch or a rock, scrapes the ground.
I just like I lose concentration of my loot and I just like stare at them like the fuck are you doing?
I've never rolled snake eyes like that before.
I can't believe we both rolled a natural 1. Wow!
The scratching immediately stops. He goes, but as you guys come across, you see cowering there, like up against a tree, is a skinny red dragonborn. As you guys come into this like clearing, the tree he's pressed up against has little, almost purple crystalline veins running through it.
Oh.
And it seems sick in a way. And the red dragonborn itself has one side of his face has similar like streaks or markings kind of spread across it.
As I look upon him, I'd say my prayer again, and my eyes glow again for a few seconds. Nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
Just making sure.
But he goes, what do you want? What are you doing? Are you here? Why are they here? Why are they here? Why are they here? What are they doing? What do you want? It's fine. You can't have it. You can't have it.
We don't want to take it.
He wheels around and starts scratching at the tree trunk.
In Draconic,
furiously.
I say, we will not harm you.
He wheels back around at the Draconic and goes, I don't know you. We don't know you. We don't know you.
You don't know me.
We don't know you. Can't trust you. Can we trust you? Celine.
Oh shit.
Walking in a little closer. Taking in this particular individual. Give me a perception check at advantage.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a
That's not
19.
Yeah, that's
Could
pretty
be
good.
could be higher, but
I'd take the 19.
Yep, 19.
19.
That was pretty good.
yeah.
It's not possible, but you remember this Dragonborn.
You know him?
He, your mother cared for him a long time ago. Last time you saw him, he was dead.
Well, this isn't right. It's not normal.
None of you are normal. Nothing's normal. What's normal? You normal?
Will you shut up?
No.
That's not going to help
we
you
can't.
in this case,
We
Kenshin.
need.
Okay, look, I'm not good with crazy. You're good with crazy.
He turns back
I wanna
around,
sit back down.
starts like peeling bark from the tree and throwing it on the ground. Like his hand starts to bleed from the effort he's putting into digging into this tree.
No, I'm gonna put my sword up. I'm gonna go sit next to him.
I would try and walk over and just restrain him from hurting himself even more.
Don't! Mine! Wheels around, opens his mouth, and this gout of flame immediately erupts. I want 30-foot cone.
Oh, shit.
Eridorn for sure. Let's say Kenshin and Pan will make it. Celine, I think you would have had to have gotten close enough to recognize him. Dana, how close up did you get with him?
I'm not close at all.
She's still like way back there.
So then, Dex. I want Dex saves from everyone but Dana.
9.
9.
What is my dex modifier? Plus 3.
11.
13.
So, Eridorn, you take 11 points of fire damage. And 6 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. So that's
What was yours?
17 total.
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 6 points of fire damage and 6 points of necrotic damage.
Right on.
11.
Hey, I don't know if you
11.
know this, but
You take.
the player icons for the stream are still the other group. Like on the left hand.
They are?
Yeah.
Same thing.
No, they're
Like the
not.
combat thing.
Oh,
Mine
yeah. In
says
the
Elber,
stream.
Freya, and Alton.
Oh, yeah. I see that now.
I don't see it.
It's on the Discord.
It's in the,
Or the
it's a
stream.
Twitch stream.
The stream.
When it's rolling over your
Oh.
roll 20 on the side, or the thing, it's still showing the other group.
How much damage?
I'm just saying the D&D like widget.
Yeah, it is, because I saw Alton Topfoot on there.
Which D&D widget?
When you scroll over,
The D&D Beyond widget.
when we're scrolling over on our screen, we can physically see the party, and it's the other party.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'll work on that later.
Since you're straight.
I can't figure that out right now.
That's fine.
So he bursts out this gout of flame. Celine, you take the full 17 points of damage.
Oh, God.
Pan, what was your dex save?
18.
Nice.
So you take 6 points of fire and 6 points of necrotic. As the red flame is like polluted with bursts of purple that just spew out of it. And then the eyes go from normal to like the iris burns deep like amethyst, and he like kicks off and runs full force off into the forest. Are you guys gonna pursue or not?
I am absolutely going to proceed because I'm pissed.
What did you guys
Okay.
get into?
They
There's a guy
Are
who I
running.
recognize. He ran off that way. I don't know how he's fucking alive,
So,
but he is.
me and Eridorn are. What, Pan, are you running with us?
Yeah, Ben, probably right. Yeah.
So us three are guys.
Yeah.
okay.
Alright,
Um,
following them?
Up to
So
you.
I want
Alright,
a
let's
series
go.
of. You can either use acrobatics or athletics to see how you guys are going to catch up to this guy. So go ahead and give me a acrobatics check or an athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Can I raise get advantage on that?
Sure. Eridorn?
6.
16.
16. Dana?
You said acrobatics or what?
Or athletics?
I have a plus 7 to that
13.
modifier. So
What was it?
I'm good.
13.
13?
4.
4? Pan?
19, sorry.
19. Okay, so altogether you guys did mostly okay. You started gaining a little bit on him. Now you can, whereas he had disappeared in the brush, you're able to follow his trail enough that you can actually have eyes on him now.
Is he within 60 feet?
Not just yet. He's getting close. Go ahead and make another round of checks for me.
Not bad.
Okay, and also everybody within 10 feet of me gains a +1 to AC.
Oh, because you're
This is
raging?
my rage.
Oh, nice.
For right now, but your rage is going to fade in 6 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to make an attack roll or have somebody make one against you. Eridor?
Do I get to...
Sorry.
oh,
22.
22?
19.
19? Pan?
it's a 15.
15?
18.
18?
4.
4.
Again.
So, Celine, you fall behind the rest of the group a little bit. But you catch up just in time as the rest of them start closing on him. And you catch up just in time. Eridorn, you know that the Daggertooth Mountains are prone to random sporadic moments of fey magic, rips in the veil, things like that. As this guy's turning, there's, as you guys are just about catching up to him, there is a flash of green light as you guys stop. Celine, you catch up just in time to see this Dragonborn try and stop mid-stride, catch his foot on a branch as a verdant rift suddenly opens, and beyond you see a small girl faunus picking flowers as this dragonborn tumbles through the tear. She shouts for her mother as the rift closes suddenly.
I just
Would
like
I have been able to see the faunus?
Yeah, all of you saw
Is
that.
it familiar?
No,
Okay.
she didn't. Celine, she looked very familiar. That was you as a child that you just looked at.
just kind of stand there for a minute, just shaking. Like I'm physically kind of shaking from this.
Pan and Celine both know that the Feywilds are funny when it comes to time.
These mountains are dangerous.
That looked kind of like home.
You should go back there.
And
Well,
now,
the rift's gone.
You should make another one and hop through it.
as you're standing there dumbfounded, Celine, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
The one thing she's not proficient at. That should be interesting.
Oh.
17.
Not bad.
So, suddenly it seems like a rope of woven hair, like tries to creep its way up around you. And as it tries to wrap down around your feet, you just hop out real quick as it snaps and then shoots back and find its way back to a tiny, small fey-like creature hiding in the brush. And you begin to hear scampering all around you.
Can I go towards the small thing?
Considering where we are in the evening, we're going to roll initiative as soon as we come back on the next session. We're going to end that here tonight.
Oh,
It's 11
that's
o'clock,
yes.
and I'm not going to get into this right now
Right.
because I have to pick up my wife in an hour from work. And
We
this
can
might
get it
take
done in an
longer than
hour.
that.
We can get it
No,
done.
we can't.
That'd be fun.
Jesse, I'm so happy you could make it here tonight,
Me
man.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to go lay down for a bit. My back is
Yes.
on fire.
Please do, sir. Well earned. Those of you in chat who managed to hang out with us tonight, we appreciate it. We love you guys and your support that you show us. A couple of things that I want you guys to be aware of. We're probably going to be moving to pre-recorded sessions at some point in the future. Whenever that happens, I'll let you guys know. That will change the day that the actual show gets put on stream. Also, we're going to be uploading our videos to the Big Tugs Tabletop YouTube page, as well as look for information on the Facebook channel and a YouTube announcement for when our Patreon goes live also here in a few weeks.
Hey.
Until then, guys, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we'll see you guys next Saturday. Woo! Night, guys.
Good night.